Welcome to the final round of the 2015 U.S.A. BMX Supercross World Cup Tour. I'm Pete Dylewski. We're joined here today with Mark Willers.
It is good to be back, Pete.
We're going to give you all of the racing action here today for the qualification rounds of the Supercross, the final Supercross of the year. So as you can see here, it is a great day for racing. The rains have stopped. The track, Mark, holds up to everything that's been thrown at it so far, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an inconvenience for the riders as they get ready. As you can see, the temperature, humidity is pretty high. It just quit raining, cloudy conditions, but there's no winds.
And for you Americans, that 19 Celsius is about 80-ish degrees maybe. And yeah, we had a lot of rain the last couple of days, but the track, whatever they've sealed it here with, it's still absolutely perfect.
Yeah, definitely a different surface here. It's actually called a slurry, and it's a mixture of soil tack and some other stuff.
Crusher dust or something, I was told.
So let's get ready to see a lap around the track here from Barry Nobles and Caroline Buchanan as they hit this Rock Hill track the other night, and Mark will talk us through as they make a run here on the Supercross track in Rock Hill.
Yep, Barreline dropping in here, coming down this perfect start hill. First straight's really nice and fun, wide open, not really too many mistakes you can make down there. We come around, Caroline's going to pull off to the left, and Barry's going to send it down the second straight. This is a really big second straight, and he's going to jump straight over Caroline here. She heads around to her third straight. Barry comes around. We've got a nice, decent-sized step up here. He's going to jump off here, and I think you'll notice a couple of people rolling a couple of those. There's a quick line through there. We come into this last turn, turning left like they do here in Rock Hill, and then we come down this last straight, quick little rhythm, and across the line.
So that is a complete lap there, brought to you by Barry Nobles and Caroline Buchanan on their GoPro run. But now it's time to get ready for the qualification racing here in Rock Hill as we have Moto 1 lined in the gate. 8 riders looking to make their way through to tomorrow's program. As we get those guys on the gate, we'll get you that start list up. But it's going to be Habich, Melifont, Whitfield, Shara, Louston, Herman, and Pelluard. 7 riders lined up on the gate for Moto number 1. Mark, butterflies are hitting an all-time high right now if you're lined up in the gate for Moto 1 of the day.
That's it. It looks like we're missing someone from... We've got 8 up there or just 7? Missing someone from lane 8 there. We've got Herman on the outside. That'll be good for a squeeze. Pretty sure Corbin's going to get out pretty good from in the center there.
So here we go with the kickoff for the first round of motos here in Rock Hill. So the gate slams down. David Herman does get himself a good start, but he's going to be battling all the way down that first straightaway with Corbin Schra into turn 1. Big, wide open, left-hand NASCAR-style turns here. Right now, Schra is going to lead Herman, and you have Taylor Whitfield in that third-place spot, Mark, over that berm jump.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's keeping it pretty stock just to get another feel for it this afternoon after practice this morning. Herman, taking that jump line down that second straight and just got passed by Whitfield going into the last turn. Corbin's just going to probably shut it down now and save some for the next couple of laps coming today.
So you see a little bit of rain on the asphalt. The track itself looked perfect, and Schra made a good lap around the track. Whitfield gets that second place, Herman in third, and then Vincent Pelluard from France. He's going to be the rider to come into fourth place. Definitely the way you want to get around Moto number 1, especially when first time you really got around there, Mark, in full race speed with those little bit of damp conditions. So it definitely looks like the track will not be affected all that much by the rain as we get ready for Moto number 2. You see Cody, Komarov, Furlan, Dumont, Tehiko, Kohler, and Verducci.
Yeah, this is a good lap. Be good to watch Brandon Tehiko out of Australia. He's a young up-and-comer. He's been going really fast, was looking really good at the World, so let's see if he can put it together here. We've got Komarov out of Russia. They have been flying this year.
So let's get ready for the start of Moto number 2, first round of motos here for the elite men. So the gate slams down. It looks like from the middle it will be Tehiko who gets a really good start coming into turn number 1 with the lead, and it's definitely going to be bunched up in there with Furlan in second and then Nicholas Kohler from the United States, right here in the United States in that third place spot over the berm jump. Definitely clean over there into the third straightaway, Mark.
Yeah, Tehiko's either trying something new with his goggles, wearing them backwards on the helmet, or he just forgot to put them on the gate. Looks like Kohler's just dropped back to fourth. Everyone's keeping it pretty stock around here. We've only got a few left standing. Not really sure what happened to the rest of the pack. And that's going to be how they cross the line.
Yeah, so it'll be Tehiko, Furlan, Verducci, and Kohler, your top 4 coming across the line. Definitely that's a 90s, 80s style way to wear your goggles, and we'll get a word in here with Nicholas Kohler as he gets loaded up with Lauren in our interview zone.
That's me. So how's the track holding up?
The track's holding up awesome. There's no, like, the puddles are standing on the track, but you don't get absorbed any. It's really hard out there.
You've been to every World Cup so far. How are you adapting?
I mean, every World Cup this year has been a little different. We got some wind in Sweden. Argentina was awesome, but I hope this one goes better for me.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, so Nick Kohler, his first full year on the World Cup Tour, 4th place is definitely not a result that you want to have, and he'll move on to that second round. So we'll get ready for heat number 3. Klitschko, Ramirez, Helm, Jimenez, Hudson, Narvestad, and Villegas.
Yeah, we'll see. We've got Hunter Pelham in there. He's got his own Supercross track just down the road in Texas, just down the road across the country a little bit, but I'm sure he's got some laps in to get ready on the big hill.
Yeah, as Mark said, Klitschko, one of the Russian riders, definitely making an impression on most of the guys this year. We'll see. We have some young and up-and-comers. Let's see how things go as we get ready for the start of heat number 3. So definitely a good group of riders here. You're going to see a big drag race down there. Unfortunately, right there, a little bit of a crash. But that's going to be Villegas. He was flying in Argentina. He's continuing on. Ramirez, always one to keep your eyes out on. And then Klitschko and Hudson are battling out for that 3rd and 4th place position.
I think Klitschko managed to case almost every jump that first half of the lap. We got Villegas out in front. Ramirez is going to go to the outside, surprisingly. He thought he'd be diving. Oh, Colin Hudson's going to, no, he's going to settle in too. Everyone's just keeping it stock like the last 2 laps. And he pulls up on the inside, and there's going to be a race to the line. Ooh, that'll be a photo.
So Villegas comes across the line with that first. Hudson is noted as second. Ramirez, he just wanted to take a selfie and have a photo for that 3rd place spot. And then in 4th, it'll be Pelham, who makes his way around the track, it seems. And then Klitschko was on the case here for his first run around the moto. So we'll get ready for heat number 4. It's going to be Juster, Tangier, Garcia, Flanders, Fantoni, Meline, Tugas, and Racine.
Meline. It's close to McLean.
Him too.
Aruba coming out of 3, 4. I want to see how he goes. He's been looking good.
So Jared Garcia on lane 1. He's definitely another one of those riders that's been a standout just outside the pre-qualified positions. Let's see how he goes as the gate drops down, and it looks like Jared's going to jump out, but Juster's definitely going to keep him on his toes. He's been riding really well as of late. And Garcia, and then you have Tugas from Canada in that 3rd place spot. Definitely a stacked moto here, Mark.
Yeah, Juster pulling up the inside there on the jet. Coming, he's got the tallest guy out there by far. I'm sure it'll work in his advantage down here, but it should be. And the jet's still giving it to him. We're going to get close into that last turn. So I'm amazed at Juster getting past the jet. Jet must be saving it up. Everyone's got Aruba sprinting for 5th.
So it'll be Juster, Garcia, Tugas, Fantoni, and then Flanders in that 5th place spot. First moto of the day, Mark. The track's a little bit wet. Do you really want to? I mean, I know that every point counts, but how much do you really want to battle it out? What we will get maybe is a word as Jared Garcia has gone into our interview zone, and we'll see what he has to say about trying to make those moves in the last turn here during the motos.
Jared, you managed to get the whole shot, and you had an amazing first straight. Do you want to tell us about the lap?
Yeah, I just got a good gate. Went around the corner a little slower because it looks intimidating with the wetness all over there, and Juster came around on the inside of me with a good move and just rode it out from there.
So has the weather been affecting the track?
Not the dirt at all, but corners are a little bit slick, and that's it.
You hear that, guys? Watch out. Thanks.
Thanks.
So silent but deadly, Jared Garcia again has a successful run. A little bit cautious, so he did give us his little insider tips there, keeping it smooth going into that last turn. So we'll get ready for moto number 5. Molina, Lopez, Palmer, Brown, Kronk, McCrory, Christensen, and I'm leaving that one too, Mark.
I'm going to say Sokanda, Aruba. We got 2 Aruba riders.
They're making a full push here towards the 2016 Olympic Games. But right now they're going to have to battle it out with Molina's another one of those riders that rode extremely well in Argentina. Can he replicate that here in the North American Hemisphere
He
continent?
normally has a killer start. We'll see if he gets out.
So as the gate drops down, let's see who pops out in front. And Molina looks to have a good start right here. So he has out front. You're going to be seeing that second place. Braumer, or Brown. Braumer.
That just a couple of both
Combination.
your bases. You got it.
But Molina definitely has a good run going here. Brown's going to hunt him down. Let's see if he can do that down that third straightaway.
Yeah, Molina checked out once the kink come around down that ramp. Brown's chasing him down. He's been going really good. He's always been in there, and the last 6 months of this year, he's been putting it together. Oh, and I just about spoke too soon, but he managed to salvage it.
Yeah, so it'll be Molina, Brown, Lopez, and then let's get Kronk in that fourth place spot here in Rock Hill. So an overview of the track. The fans maybe have been shied away because of the weather, but it's going to heat up definitely here, and it will in Heat 6. With Upshaw, Rommel, Frieswick, Nagasako, Christian, Sabata, Webster, and Smith.
Krieger's as close to Christian's. We'll roll with that one. I'm just going to be on a correction day today, Pete.
I'm going to have to turn your mic off in a moment. So yeah, another one of those guys definitely riding well, hitting that whole Supercross series for his first year, Jeffrey Upshaw. He has a lot of experience. He has a lot of skill to see if he can string it together throughout the entire weekend of racing. He's usually a standout in the motos, but this one with Rommel, who's definitely been a highlight. We'll see how they are, gate 1 and 2, as the gate drops. So right there, Rommel definitely gets a really good start. And in that third place we'll have, or second place will be Kringers, and then third place will be Sebasta.
Yeah, Sebesta pulling up on the inside of everyone right there. Rommel was flying earlier this year at this race, and he showed it, and they're going to have a good race down here into this last turn. He's going to pull back up. No, everyone's just taking it easy. Maybe a little move. Nah, nothing. Looks like those turns are drying out though, so we could be seeing some aggressive racing coming up in the next few rounds.
So it'll be Tanner Sebesta with the win, Rommel in second. Upshaw and Nagasako will go for a photo finish for third and fourth. So you've ridden on this track. Which is the most technical section of it, Mark?
There really is not much of a technical aspect to this track. It's just a good racetrack, big, wide open. You can pass wherever you want.
Well, let's get a word here from Jeremy Rommel and see how he felt about that lap.
You had a great first straight. Is the goal to get in front and then let your skills get you across the line?
Oh yeah, for sure. That time I was getting a little squirrely down second straight, so try to do better next lap.
Do you find the weather affecting you?
Nah, everyone has to deal with it, so same for all of us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Jeremy Rommel definitely focused on the track. So let's us focus on heat number 7. Hughes, Ricciardi, Brethauer, Schmidt, Franks, Nyhog, Mayhow?
There would also be a Yoshi, and that Franks
Yoshi?
is typically said as Franks. But we're missing a couple of people up on the hill there. Looks like the Kiwi team's decided to race in the white gear today.
Yoshi from Japan, he is a DNS. So here we go with heat number 7 here. First round of motos. So Tori Nyhog, who's been injured early part of the season in this one, definitely one we would expect to have a good start, but right now he's in the back of the pack. He's going to have to make his way through, as it's going to be Brethauer from Germany and Romain Mahieu from France in those top 2 spots, and then it'll definitely be Franks in third, and now Nyhog's trying to make his way through, but we'll see how things work out. Now Mahieu has the lead, and he's going to be battling with Nyhog.
Yeah, Nyhog just went from 4th to 1st in one turn. I was about to say, watch him. He's not going to want to settle for a 4th place in Moto 1. And as you can see, he's pulled around. Franks has dropped back to 4th and back to 3rd now. So
the Canadian beast, Tori Nyhog, does get that victory after having a little bit of an off start. Mahu in that second place spot, and then Franks does make it back up to third.
Pretty high times here, 30, 35s, 36s. It's a good lap.
So get ready for heat number 8. It'll be Finch, Anderson, Cameron, Andre, Vida, Nobels, Barry Nobels, and Vanderbiesen.
A lot of good friends in this one, Pete. I don't really know who I'm going to cheer for. Yourself?
I'm unbiased. I'm here for the fans.
We've got the national champ, Matt Cameron from New Zealand, probably the oldest guy out there.
Now that you retired.
Now that I quit. Once it gets hard, quit.
So Walker Finch, the youngster in Gate 1. Let's see if he's able to put anything off. But we have Raymond Vanderbiesen, the crafty veteran who definitely gets a good start. But Cameron will beat everyone out with that impressive power and that New Zealand Kiwi special sauce down second straightaway.
So Matt's in a lot of pain right now. He clipped out at the bottom of the hill, I think, in practice and went over the bars and blew his wrist out. You know, he's fighting it, but I don't think he has the pain gene in his body. Sylvain's got around him, and Raymond's shopping there for second for a little bit, and they're going to keep it as they are. Who we got in fourth place? Oh! Sylvain nearly tried to... Oh, he's going for that first lap friggin' record.
So it'll be Andre, Cameron, Vanderbiesen, Viede, and Barry Nobles in that fifth place spot. So definitely a lot of experience up front, a lot of power. You definitely see a good lap around there. Sylvain Andre always won out in front early around in the days. Had a good race going in Argentina as well. But let's get a word from our fifth place finisher, Barry Nobles.
Barry, you have your parents in the stands watching you. Do you want to say anything to them?
Oh, it's always good to have them out here, you know, like having that hometown support, just being on the East Coast. Back in the South, it's good, you know.
Well, it's the last Supercross World Cup. You want to end on a high note. What's your game plan?
Do anything different from the rest of this season. I want to turn around coming in here, and the last 4 days have been pretty sick coming in, so wasn't the best prep, so I'll just deal with what I got.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks.
So we'll get ready for heat number 9. Miranda, Colin, Bear, Marino, Sama, Marquette, Pettigrew, and Ezekiel.
I've never seen that name next to Marino before. Romero adding on some extra digits.
I think he just got married.
Took her name.
Took her name, his name. So we'll get ready. Jordan, Miranda, Joshua Collin, the rest of these riders in heat number 9, their first time around the track here in Rock Hill. So definitely a packed moto here, but it will be Ramiro out in the front, Jordan Miranda right behind him in that second place spot, and Ezekiel from Brazil, one of those guys that's turned a lot of heads as of late. Right now he's in that second place spot. South America contingent up in front, Mark.
Yeah, got pretty close leading into that berm jump. Pettigrew pulled out. Ramiro, both the front two jumping off that step down. Taking the slow line, in my opinion, but they're going to follow each other around. South American race to the line. We've got Miranda in third. Everyone looks like they're just trying to just loosen up and get it going again from this morning's practice.
So yeah, definitely any spot that you miss just one pedal here, Mark, can take you quickly from any of the top spots right into the back, and then it's really hard to make it back up when you're racing these guys that you're all around the same speeds.
Yeah, this track, straight up onto the hill for the next one.
So get ready for heat 10. Jones, Montenegro, Blanc, Zula, Dos Reis, Kadyshev, Peebles, and
Coulson.
Him too. So your buddy, Trent Jones.
Trent Jones.
Mike Jones' cousin.
Rumors going around about who he's going to be riding for next year. Take a guess. We also got Tommy Zula up there. I'm expecting Jones to come out flying out of lane 1. Got a good lane for this lap for sure.
So the gate slams down from the inside. It will be Jones who has a slight advantage over Thurkeson as they go into turn one. We'll see how things turn out. So it will be Blanc behind him. Jones, Dos Reyes, those are your top three. Jones definitely looking smooth around the track.
Yeah, especially in front of Blanc, who was having a bit of trouble down that second straight, landed flat on the set. Oh! Managed to save that. Zula's not going to be able to capitalize on it. That's surprisingly, Blanc managed to hold on to second place. Everyone seems to be trying to manual off that table and bonking that roller every single lap.
So Jones will take the win, Blanc in second, Zula in third, and Montenegro will be in fourth. And we'll get to hear from Mark's good buddy there, Trent Jones, as he makes his way into the interview zone.
Looks like one of those helmets you designed about 5-6 years ago that he's wearing.
Buddy Lee? Buddy Henderson?
Trent, you're the top Kiwi with a big chance to go to Rio. Are you training hard for it now, or is this a race-by-race system?
It's always in the back of the mind, but like BMX, it's race by race. Anything can happen, so that's obviously the goal, but you got to get there first.
Thanks, Trent.
No worries.
No worries, mate. Trent, looking forward to moto number 2, maybe not.
From Team Dwight.
Team Heat 11. The leader of practice Group B, Mara Strongbergs.
Oh, was he a
Logan
B?
Collins, Kawa, Yakaguchi, Stevens, Ferrero, Matsushita, and Salazar. Matsushita.
Careful.
Yeah, Maris has
Stromy coming out of lane 1.
skipped the last race. The one before that didn't exit a little bit earlier than he'd like and slipped back a little bit in the points, but as things heat up, so does the machine. We'll see how things go for him in his first run here in heat number 11 in Rock Hill. So from the inside, it looks like Strongbergs definitely has a good run. Logan Collins on the inside, Tyler Ferrero in third. Definitely an all-star moto here, led by one of the biggest stars in BMX in general, Mara Strongbergs from Latvia, living in Riverside.
California. We got in third place. I forgot there was an extra taller person than Justa. This guy's about 9'7" from New Zealand. Oh, even he's launching those last 2 rollers. But Stromy's going to take it to the line. Farrow pulls up into a second. He bonks too. It's just everyone's lunging for 6th place in a moto. Those points they got to count.
So it'll be Strombergs, Ferrero, Stevens, and Collins. I was thinking of Steve Strombergs. Or
Cody Stevens, if you haven't noticed, a couple of weeks ago he won Mad Skills week. Won the whole week of the jam.
So we'll get ready for heat number 12, our last of the elite men's first round of motos. Harmsen, Fox, Yoshimura, Christofoli, Van Gendt, White, Barry, and Bindeloss.
A couple of Kiwis in here, young Kiwis. Also got Twan, he's coming back. He had an injury earlier in the year that he's fighting his way back. So did Fox. He hurt himself, I think it was late last year, blew his shoulder out. So he's been coming back, trying to get back on that ABA circuit as well.
So we'll get ready for the drop of the gate. Gate is down, and it looks like Twan van Gent's been doing something right for those last 6 weeks where he's been off his bike. As he gets out the lead, he's going to have Fox right behind him, and then Bindeloss from Jamaica Mon in that 3rd place spot, battling out down here the 2nd straightaway in Rock Hill.
Yeah, it looks like Harmsen was pulling up for that berm, and they all managed to get over it. Bindeloss Cases coming up into that step. Gets passed by, I'm not sure who that is. Fox is just hunting down Twan. He's going to go for him right at the finish line.
So definitely a race all the way to the line. It's going to be a photo finish with Fox and Van Gendt. Harmsen in 3rd, and then Yoshimura will come across with the 4th place finish. So we'll get a word here from Twan, see how he's feeling after his little bit of a break there. But that wraps up that first round of motos here in Rock Hill for the qualification. We'll have 3 runs for those riders, but let's get a word here from Twan van Gendt.
You had an absolute great lap, and it's really nice to see you back after your injury. I heard it was quite a rare one, wasn't it? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's a really kind of a pain in the ass for me. I lost for a couple of months. I'm still not over it, but this is the last World Cup, and I'm just trying to figure it out how I can getting back on the bike as soon as possible after this.
Well, we know it wasn't in your ass, so do you want to tell us where it was?
It was my heel. So it's really hard for me to wear my shoes now at the moment. So it really hurts, so I'm taking it off right now actually.
Well, it doesn't look that hard. Thanks so much.
Pain in the heel. That could be to have that kind of injury keeping you out of racing, Mark.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Trey White's the only one who knows the pain in the ass that they were referring to. But yeah, had a bit of a heel problem.
So we'll get ready for the first round for the elite women. And I'm going to let Mark take over on this.
We've got Rimsate, Hladikova, Carrera, Quinala, Priess, Springers, and Michelson. How'd that sound, Pete?
That was
Was
incredible.
it good? That was my first intro.
That was incredible.
All right.
Getting Mark warmed up so I can retire at the end of the season.
We've got a couple of people on this gate that have possibly been doing this thing longer than I have.
Yeah, I'm going to retire from commentating. I'm going to take over number 777 and make my way out on the track. And you
I hope
probably
you
won't
do
notice.
better than I did.
Probably won't notice the difference in the results. Actually, I couldn't even make it down the first jump. Unlike Rimsate, who unfortunately there had to pull the e-brake and let the way go for Priess from Germany to go out there, and Quinala from Brazil. They're going to have a good run down this second straightaway. First time we're seeing the ladies track, Mark.
Yeah, coming onto this third straight, it's probably, out of all the straights, it's probably the most technical one on the track. We lost Rimsate. She was about the only person to jump the first jump, then cased the second and crashed on the third. Everyone's swapping places. Quinala in third. Hladikova's going to take second, and Priess lunging for that number one.
Going for the manual championships here in round number 1 of the elite women here in Rock Hill. Coming around. Get a word here with someone. Hladikova, and there is, unfortunately, Rimsate. Definitely not the way she wanted to start off with Moto 1. 2 more chances to get some points, but we'll see how things go out. But let's get a word here from Hladikova from the Czech Republic, statesman of the women's class here on the World Cup circuit.
You're on fire this year. What have you changed, or is it just experience?
I think it's more about experience. I didn't change much in training. I listened more to my body.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So we'll get ready for heat number 2 for the elite women in their first round of motos. Zampisi, Christensen, Poitier, Deller, Jones, Sarton, and Smulders. Those are the ladies making up the elite women's class here in heat number 2.
This is a pretty good rack for the girls. Simone Christensen's been pulling. You know, Potier's going to be in there. Smulders got a big ask from lane 7, but if anybody can do it, I'm pretty sure it's her.
So some of these riders injured, skipped a couple of rounds. That's why they're not in the top 8 of points. But they're definitely ones that could be in the main event. But you have to start off here, and we'll see how things go. Looks like Simone Christensen, she's definitely rode very consistent this year, and right now she's out front, and is a good battle for that second place spot between Smulders and Poitier as they come down into that second straightaway. And then we have the young woman, Sarton, from New Zealand, trying to make her way up, and she does get in that third place spot.
Yeah, I spent the whole first half of this lap trying to figure out who was in second. Looks like Potier's got herself a new ride, or at least a non-French team kid out there doing it for Supercross. Smulders in third, racing Sarton for the line. Smulders will keep it.
So Christian comes across with the victory. Poitier in second, and it will be Smulders that is able to get around in third.
Winning the European Championships in Baku earlier this year on the podium at the World Championships, and really good to see her racing so well at the moment. Nice heat there from the ladies.
So we'll get ready with heat number 3 for the elite women. Seiko, Bondarenko, Curtis, Bois, Van Hoof, Escobar, and Ball.
No relation to the, well, who knows?
It is Colombia.
It is.
And she does have a Supercross track in her backyard.
Correct.
So we'll get ready here for heat number 3. Definitely a worldwide group of elite women. Japan, Russia, Australia, Netherlands, Belgium, Colombia, and Denmark.
I'm picking Van Hoof for the whole shot.
Our European Elite Women's Champion in the baby blue and yellow. Coming down from the inside, she's going to go Bodarenko. Is actually going to get the best start there, being able to jump every jump down that first straightaway. Bodarenko runs away. Van Hoof will be in that second place spot, and it will be a good gauge to see if she's able to catch up after that slight bobble, but Bodarenko is definitely making her way around the track as fast as possible.
Yeah, she's checked out, but Van Hoof is certainly pulling up on her. Either Bodarenko shut it down, or Van Hoof really wants this win, and she's going to push right to the line. So we'll see. Oh, she's going to get her. Damn. That's a comeback.
Yeah, definitely a race to the finish. Van Hoof might have used that just to get a little bit extra training in here after that, but definitely a great run there from Van Hoof. Bodarenko with that second place spot, and then a photo finish for the Australian and Japanese ladies for that third place result. So let's hear from Elke, as she had to make up all that space after the little bobble down the first straightaway in the interview zone.
Being from Belgium, there's not that many top-level riders besides yourself. Do you feel like you're paving the way for your home country?
At the younger classes, there are a lot of good riders, but yeah, on the moment, it's just me. But yeah.
Well, you rocked it. You came through and you took first last second. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Elke Van Hoof looking at the up-and-comers, but at the same time she wants to make her way to the top. So we'll get ready with heat number 4. Mark's sister Sarah Walker, Smith, Diaz, Renaud, Carr, Van Benthem, and Diaz. The Diaz sisters love to race against each other.
They do. I've noticed that quite a few rounds that they're getting up on the gate together. We've got Burbage Smith. Saw her walking around with a bandage on her arm earlier. Clearly not fazed by it.
We'll see. Sarah Walker's been here for, I think, about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll see
since
if
Argentina.
the experience has paid off as she's there in Gate 1. Definitely one of the strongest riders out there, and right now she looks pretty good, but Amanda Carr has been riding good as of late. But going into turn number 1, it will be Mark's sister Sarah Walker with the early lead, but definitely a good battle with Amanda Carr. And then you have Van Benthem all keeping them honest in that third place spot.
Yep, coming around Walker's where she likes to be. Amanda's chasing her down, trying to get them extra Olympic points to get her a spot for Thailand at the games. Mills looking. She's going to pull up on the inside, probably get past her by the looks of it. Getting a lot of photo finishes in this first round of races. Or not.
So Walker, Van Benthem, Carr, and Diaz will be the top 4. So we had practice earlier on in the day, and then we kind of go straight into there. So is that something that you kind of, first motos, like you said, Mark, there's probably opportunities to make some turns, make some moves in these turns, but coming off being cold for a little bit, maybe not what you, the best possibly time you want to do it is in your first moto.
Yeah, it's cold out here, so just warming up and loosening up for these next few rounds that are coming.
So we'll get ready for the last of the elite women's motos. Lee Corgay, Thibaut, McLeod, Sarova, Kaptanova, Walsh, Tuckshire, and Etienne. Those are the 7 ladies landed up in the gate.
That's the world champion 8, right?
The junior women's world
yes.
champion, Etienne, from France. Definitely a fast rider. Let's see how she's able to do in this moto. And it looks right
Got
there
out
from
good.
late 8. She's going to take a good run against Melinda McLeod down that first straight. We'll see how things go out. Going into turn 1, Melinda McLeod definitely going to turn things around. She's had a couple of bad races in a row, but Etienne doesn't care who's in a race. She wants to win each and every time. But right now, Melinda McLeod, Etienne, and then Walsh will be your top 3.
Yeah, Mrs. Jones / also known as Amelia Walsh, Silverova in 4th, trying to pull up on the inside, give it a race to the line, but Melinda's going to take this out. Etienne in 2nd, and Amelia gets 3rd, Silverova 4th. Lee Corgill, surprisingly, in 5th. Thought she'd be up the front.
So good turnaround for Melinda McLeod, getting that first place finish. Etienne in 2nd, Walsh in 3rd, and Sarova makes her way back up to 4th. We'll get a word in here from Melinda, but that was the first round of motos there for the elite women's qualifiers. But let's get a word in here with the winner of that moto, Melinda McLeod.
Melinda, what do you think about the facilities here at Rock Hill?
Fantastic facility. The track surface is amazing. It's holding up really well with all the rain. I wish we had more stuff back like it back home.
Did you come here straight from Argentina?
I've actually been staying with my friend Ameta Car in Florida, living the dream. But I've really found my love for riding in 2 weeks since Argentina, so it's been good.
Nice. Thanks, Melinda.
Thank you.
So we will now move on to the second round of the elite men as they are getting ready for their gates. These motos are scrambled, so you see these riders going against different riders each and every round, all 3 rounds. And that was one of your favorite parts of racing, was it, Mark? Scrambled motos.
Definitely. The best way to not know if you're going to qualify through the next round or not.
The easiest way to know if you're going to qualify is just to get 3 first, though, right?
It is. Just to get out in front and not worry about any of the carnage going on behind you. But when you become slow, like one of us here, and not only have to deal with your own lack of skill, you've got to deal with everybody else's, you usually end up on the ground, so you want to get out in front.
But in those days,
it was great to be out in front. Looks
So
like a bit of confusion up there on lanes or something.
So what's the ideal time between you've raced your first round of motos? What's for you? What was the ideal break time between first and second rounds?
You know, a good 25, half an hour is usually pretty good. That gives you a good amount of time to cool down after each lap and then go eat a banana or whatever these guys are eating. I typically didn't eat anything, and it just lets you kind of think about what happened and process your lane on the next lap and plan how that's going to go.
So as we get a good overview of the facility in here in Rock Hill, Mark, just give us a little brief, what your opinion on the track here is like to race on.
I love this track. You could not find a better raceable track. You can pass in the turns, you can pass in the straights. I can't pick a winner for this weekend because if someone's physically possible, there's no reason why you should not be able to win this race, no matter what position you're in. You just got to, you don't have to make on-the-spot decisions. You can think 3 moves ahead and plan where you want to attack the person in front of you. And it's, the second straight, it's fun. It's long. That's a lot easier now that I've got the seal all the way up the first lip out of the turn, and that pro section, the second landing right through to the third lip is completely sealed. So it's really quick, and you just don't want to over-push yourself because it's easy to come up short and then not get over that berm.
So they made some changes here. You raced here earlier in the season or last year, and they made a few changes which now have really excelled the track, which here in Rock Hill, the facility itself is pretty incredible, but now the track, as the riders have all noted, they had that different finish on it, and it's been raining all day, but you wouldn't know it by the way these riders.
It has been pouring, absolutely pouring for the last 24 hours, and there is not. They just blow the puddles off, and it's completely rock hard underneath. Like someone said earlier, the turns are a little sketchy, but you can see some dry patches coming through everywhere, even in the dirt, and it's looking clear-ish out in the skies. But now the sun's going to be setting soon, and the lights are already turned on, so it's going to change conditions again, basically.
And so a nice thing about it is, we had rain earlier yesterday. We had rain earlier today. Tomorrow, the weather's supposed to be clear for the day, so that's definitely good. Just taking one of the, everyone says the rain's the equalizer, but on this track, I think it's just more of the mental aspect of it. The turns still, you want to be careful in them, but I think a rider like yourself wouldn't be 100% committed, but I think in the semifinal, you're going to make any move you want in these turns. They held up pretty fine.
Yeah, exactly. Especially today, these guys don't want to go to bed tonight with grazers on them already, even if they've qualified. They'll save it for tomorrow.
So we'll get ready for the second run of motos. You see the start list there: Whitfield, Villegas, Fierro, Ramirez, Tugas, Yamaguchi, and Yoshi is a DNS in this second round of motos. So as the riders get loaded in the gate, Villegas definitely had a good run there. So did Fierro, Whitfield, and Ramirez. So all 4 of those riders had a good run in each of their other motos before. Now it's scrambled. This is where you really have to pay attention. Definitely always want to do the best you can, but if you're trying to count points, it's basically out the window.
Yeah, it'll be good to watch Fierro here. He's been to the last few rounds this year, trying to get that spot to the games next year. He got a second in that first round, so he's definitely going to want to back it up this time around so he can relax a little bit into that third moto.
And you can see the iPad coaches excited as their riders are loaded up in the gate.
Yep.
Riding programs as they get in there, letting everybody know how many sprints they need to do next week.
Email it to the riders. Job done.
Everyone's firing up their dartfish programs. Except for Massa, he's just playing with his beard.
We'll see if Whitfield nose bonks, nose manuals, or whips, or nose manual whips something this lap.
T-scrubs, the berm jump.
T-scrubs.
So let's get ready here for the second round of motos for the elite men. Whitfield, Villegas, Fierro, Ramirez, Tugas, Yamaguchi are loaded in the gate, waiting for the gate call. Here we go, dropping the gate here for round number 2 of the elite men in Rock Hill for stop number 5 of the World Cup Tour. So definitely going to be a good race. You see Villegas has a slight edge over Fierro. Whitfield's on the inside. So we'll see Villegas continuing where he left off in moto number 1. Fierro as well back in that second place spot. And then Whitfield in third. Let's see if he can get down the second straightaway clean this time. Looks like he's definitely going to do that. But no one as clean as Villegas as he comes out of turn number 2 with the lead.
Yep. Back in that first place again like he was that first lap. And Fierro's still, I'm impressed. He's putting it together today. I know it's early in the program, but he's maybe he's feeling at home on the US soil. Whitfield getting into that third spot. Ramirez surprisingly in fourth.
Yeah, and then Tugas from Canada in 5th, Yamaguchi in 6th. Yeah, definitely uncharacteristic of Ramirez. He's had 2 subpar, I would say by his standard, races in a row, but he's still in those top 4. But it's going to be tricky here as we get into that third round because 12 points, where most of the time might make it, definitely going to be questionable here. So get ready for Heat 2, Mahu, Nobles, Verducci, Racine, Barry, and Kohler. Those are your riders.
No Blaus going to try and beat her as 5th, which should not be too difficult with 6 people on the gate, Barry. Come on.
If anyone can find a way to do that, though, it could be Barry. So we'll see. We definitely don't want him. You know, he's a little bit under the weather, but he put it all on the line each and every time as he's on the gate for his fans. And the gate drops. It looks like he gets a good start. Let's see how things turn out. He's going to have Romain Mahu from France, former junior world champion, right now out in front with Barry in second, and then Verducci from Italy in that third place spot. Coming down that second straightaway, see these guys get crazy for the fan in the stands.
Barry was hinting at a little bit of a stemmer to come in. Oh, and jump manual the third straight. Mahu's gone. He's keeping it. He's doing what he needs to do. A lot of single file racing going on earlier today. Looks like Kohler just about sent someone off the last turn, but back down. Barry with a second. That'll be good points for his third round.
So Romain Mahu with the win. Barry Nobles in second. Verducci in third. Racine in fourth. We'll get a word here from Romain Mahu, riding for one of the incredible bike companies in the world.
DK?
I don't think that they have DK bikes in France, but they do have Chase bicycles. And let's get a word here from Romain Mahu.
This track sees the return of the berm jump. How's it like to ride?
It's so good. Actually, it's my first time riding on the berm jump. First World Cup like this, so it's so good feeling.
It obviously didn't scare you.
Of course not. It's just a pleasure to ride like this.
Thanks so much.
So Romain Mahu, number 100, had everyone chasing him around the track in moto number 2. So we'll get moto ready for moto number 3. Cameron, Blanc, Smith, Riccardi, Barzola, Klashenko, and Peebles will be ready for their second time around here.
Jake Peebles, he's either going to cut you off on the first pedal or send you over a turn if he ever gets the chance. Just ask Big C, Christian Besserine.
So they are lined in the gate waiting for the command. Your national champion there from New Zealand.
Old dogs. Oh!
National champion.
Snapped a chain, looks or something.
So coming from the inside, it will be Blanc. Again, he was in second going into turn number 1 that last time. This time he comes out in first with Peebles. Maybe on a mission for Mr. Willers here. But he tried to break the berm, but this time he got over it. So it'll be Blanc.
Smith. Klashenko Peebles is back in 5th. Smith's going to try and hold on to it. So, man, I don't know if his brakes will be rubbing, but I'm pretty sure he's going to need a mechanic after that case. And we're going to have a 3-way. Oh, and he lit 2nd to 4th and 1 pedal. There's Matty C. Picked himself up. Having a bad day.
So there is your overall results. Blanc, Riccardi, Klashenko, and then Smith. So next up, Andre, Hudson, Tehiko, Kadyshev, Salazar, Jimenez,
Habage,
and Juster.
Let's see if Hudson's got anything going on after losing this junior world championship title. What did he do? Chains on. Hub's not working. Something's not. Wants to get those points. He knows he'll get an extra couple points if he tries to cheat and walk to the line. Must have snapped a hub twice over the bars in one day. But yeah, Colin Hudson will be sitting up there on the gate. He lost the Junior World Championship title with about 3 inches left. Oh, because he just had a brain fart on the last jump and tried to manual something he shouldn't have.
Or it could have been the determination.
That was the worst,
young Argentinian.
The worst day Redline has ever had. Lost 3 world championships. They lost 2 in the second turn. Well, you got something else?
So Cameron does make his way across the line to collect his 7th place points in just a mere 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Oh, records.
So he does have the longest lap recorded for the day. But we'll get ready for the next round of motos. Andre, Juster, Hudson, Tehiko, Kadyshev, Salazar, Jimenez, and Habage. From the inside, Sylvain Andre, our smooth, debonair Frenchman, will be battling it out with Colin Hudson, trying to make it the best day ever, hashtag for himself. Juster behind him. He's going to hunt them down like Juster the Giant. A little bit of case there, but he'll get over the berm jump and be ready to take him down on the 3rd straightaway.
Juster is carrying a lot of speed despite that little case he had there. That 2nd straight is working for him with that extra inches of suspension he's got, but it doesn't phase Sylvain. He knows to get out in front and just do what he needs to do to get to the line. Hudson putting on a good performance for 2nd, Juster in 3rd, and Lopez in 4th.
So coming across the line, definitely another good run there from Sylvain Andre. Should be cracking those points soon, so he doesn't have to do these motos, but I think he actually likes it. So we can get a word here.
Sylvain, you're a man on a mission and you're doing awesome. And this is a wide open track with lots of options to pass. Are you enjoy riding here?
Yeah, the track's pretty cool. It's big, but I'm looking if not raining.
That's all you're worried about is the rain?
Yeah, rain and the wind. But I wish I was with the guy at the hotel, but I got to be faster.
Well, we love watching you. Thank you.
So Sylvain Andre coming across the line with another good run. So we'll get ready for heat number 5. Corbin Sherraw, Trent Jones, Furlan, Steve Strombergs, Viede, Palmer, Callan, and White.
Laraldi 2.0, Maris Stromberg's out there.
Maris Laraldi?
Maris Laraldi, both coming out of Riverside in the same neighborhood.
In a 72-inch lifted monster truck Fiero. So we'll get ready. What will
Stromby picking lane 4? Thought he was an 8 or 1.
What will Trent Jones put down for the fans? Corbin Sherraw, another good run. Let's see. Definitely a good run here from Strombergs is expected, but Sherraw wants to put it all aside as he gets that better first straightaway thanks to BMX coach. And right now Stromberg's in that 2nd place spot. A little bit of a bobble there. Strombergs goes from 2nd to 4th, but Corbin Sherraw's all by himself out front with Jones in that 2nd place spot.
Yep, Callan's putting on a good performance. Stromberg's just dropping. He's got a little bit of heat, even from his countrymen. Oh, Canada's pulling up underneath. Jones is going to push Corbin to the line, but nope, shutting it down. Callan with a good race.
So it'll be Corbin Sherraw, Trent Jones, Josh Callan, Palmer, Viede, Stromberg's back in 6th, Furlan, and then Chris Dynastar in that 8th place spot. So definitely, when you're one of those standout riders, Mark, what can it take just to throw your concentration off? We saw Stromberg go back from 2nd to 6th place.
Yeah, you know, Stromy doesn't like traffic. If he ever gets in a pickle, he tends to just shut it down and save the energy for the next one.
So speaking of the next one, it's going to be Heat 6. Nagasako, Stevens, Yoshimura, Kringers, Thurkenstel, Marquardt, Brethauer, and Pettigrew. They're lined up in the gate for their second run here in Rock Hill. So we're going to look for someone from the middle who it looks like it could be Kringers from Latvia with a good start going into turn number 1. So it'll be Kringers, Brethauer, and Thurkenstel. Those will be your top 3, but there's about everybody else in 4th, and now there's going to be some moves made for those top 3 positions overall. But right now, Kringers and Brethauer are out front, and then 6 people in 3rd.
Second, 3rd place. Then they're all trying to move up into 2nd right now. It's going to get a little close. Finally, some action, and that's all still upright somehow. Not really.
So big Kringers, Brethauer, Pettigrew makes his way through. Yoshimura, Thurkenstel, Nagasako, Marquardt. Definitely not excited.
I think 3 people just went from 2nd to 9th.
So Stevens was up there from New Zealand, but he made his way to the back of the pack.
Mad Skills champ.
So we'll get a word here from our winner, Kringers from Latvia. He's in the interview zone with Lauren.
You got caught up in a little bit of traffic there. Could you tell us about the lap?
I was a kid at the gate, but I got the 3rd turn. I got pushed down and was bad.
How does this track compare to your home track in Switzerland?
Switzerland is big, but like the first turn and the first jump is long, so it's kind of similar.
It's kind of similar, right? Thanks so much.
So Nagasako drops some info for the fans.
Yoshi is a sender.
About his...
Check his Instagram page.
About his home track in Switzerland. So we'll get ready for heat number 7. Nijholt, Van Gendt, Collins, Bindelos, Flanders, Miranda, Phelim, and Ezekiel Del Estadafola Finlanda from Brazil.
Flanders. Haven't heard that name in a while.
Flanders from The Simpsons?
Yeah. Next door.
Ned from Aruba, number 102. He's going to get it, Mon. But right now, who wants to get it is Cory Nijholt. Again, not the best of starts, but he's definitely consistent. Twan van Gendt out front. He has his Red Bull wings on, and Logan Collins wants to get back up there. Didn't have the finish he needed last time. And Cory Nijholt is not going to wait to that 3rd straightaway to make some passes this time, Mark. He's going to do it down turn straightaway number 2.
Either Tory's making mistakes out of the gate, or he's just warming up for tomorrow trying to get the track dialed, because he's not coming out good, but he's putting it together coming around that track. He wants to win his first ever World Cup. Logan Collins is holding on to 3rd. I think these 3 are going to be pretty safe for tomorrow.
So Nijholt, Van Gendt, Collins, and then Miranda again with a top 4 finish. Ezekiel in 5th, Bindelos in 6th. Backwards riding there from Louis Brethauer. Definitely excited to be here in Rock Hill, and so are these riders for heat number 8. McLean, Sotoraka, Montenegro, Harmanson, Vanderbiesen, Fox, and Brown going to really go out there and put the power to the pedals at stop number 5. The finals.
Here in NASCAR country, everybody turns left.
We'll have our NASCAR meeting at Cracker Barrel right after heat number.
I think Ricky Bob is up on the gate.
Baby Jesus and Seth.
Sweet baby Jesus, they're out.
So down this straightaway, it will be Vanderbiesen and then Javier Colombo in that 2nd place spot, but he's going to get sent over the turn by Harmanson, and he's going to turn into Donnie Robinson.
Nick Fox just trying to triple out of that first turn when there's only 2 jumps. Aruba just sending it.
He was doing a fork test. So Vanderbiesen out front, showing Javi the fastest way around the lap. It looks like Harmsen's going to make his way into second. Montenegro will be stuck in third.
Harvey must have put him for some time off. Jimmy Brown, that was good comeback from being in about fifth out of the first turn.
So Van der Biesen, Harmsen, Brown, and Montenegro are your top 4 finishers. Chris Fox in there for 6th. So we can get a word here from one of the most interesting riders from the Netherlands, Raymond van der Biesen. Let's get a word from here. He's in the interview zone with Lauren.
So the Dutch team came straight to Rock Hill from Argentina. So you've had quite a bit of track time. Do you think this has been an advantage?
Yeah, I think a little bit, especially on the starting hill. The hill is like a little bit lower than we used to, so it's definitely an advantage over there. So yeah.
Thanks so much.
Coming away with the victory there in heat number 8 was it Raymond van der Biesen. So we'll get ready here. Heat 9, Molina, Sebasta, Frieswick, Marino, Schmidt, Kawa, Dos Reis, and Cody. Who's your favorite?
Ooh, I want Sebesta to win, and Molina's going to get out clean, especially coming out of lane 1. He's got T-Bone next to him. Frieswick can put it together too. And those first 3 lanes would be good to watch. I got Molina on the whole shot. Focus, camera.
So the riders are so fast, the images are blurry, but Molina's going to straighten it right back out all the way to the front with Mark's pick in second, Sebasta. But right now, Molina again coming back from where he just left off in his first round of motos, out front Sebasta in second, then Marino's in that 3rd place spot.
Yeah, Frieswick ran into a bit of trouble into that second turn, but managed to hold on to it. He's going to hope for an explosion in front, get another win, but nothing's going to happen. Ramiro, he might even get Ramiro for 3rd place. Everyone looks like they're just dying in this 35-second lap.
So it'll be Molina, Sebasta, Marino, Frieswick will be your top 4 finishers. 35 seconds of a BMX track.
I saw one, a 34.9 so far.
Well, I'll get that question after this as we get ready for Heat 10. Herman, Garcia, Kronk, Malafant, Matsushita, Laustin, Naverstad, and Christensen. 35 seconds. Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but how much are you breathing heavy and your legs burning when you come across that line, Mark?
Me personally, it's on fire. These guys, they've all put in the work. The tracks are getting longer, so they're adapting.
So let's see who can adapt to the gate drop here. David Herman's in the inside, but he's got Garcia next to him, and as well as a bunch of stars. But right now it's a good battle. Drag race looks like Jared Garcia has a little bit of an edge. Herman's on the inside. Will he push the issue? Looks like he does. They both get pushed from Naverstad, and they're going 3 abreast over the berm jump. No whip Wednesdays here.
Yeah, you can see how wide open these turns are. Garcia led into that first turn and come out in 3rd, and everyone's still close. Nobody got blown up. It's still good racing. And who's that? Kronk?
It's going to be Naverstad in that 3rd place, and then Herman in 2nd. Kronk from Australia.
Australia, mate.
Cronked it up for the top 4, right in front of Matsushita. But definitely the way Garcia had to battle it out all the way out with Herman and Naverstad, but a good run there.
There was some good clean racing there, swapping positions. Everyone's just feeling each other out.
You always want to know what it's like to be in that 2nd place spot, fighting their whole way around. We can get a word here with David Herman, our 2nd place finisher here in Moto number 10.
David, you start with your pedal really low at the start gate. How do you think this benefits you?
Well, I used to slingshot, and I put my one-piece cranks back on, and so I got to start with it really low, but man, it gets going.
Are you the only guy that does this?
I learned it from Big C. Christian Besserin. I think Romero Marino starts a little low too. I think we got some Argentinian blood in us.
Apparently. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
So David Herman is a founding member of that lowrider club.
Weird. Don't understand
all started by
it
Big
all.
C.
just they all have epic second pedals, but who knows how they make the first one move.
So we'll see who can make their first pedal move here in heat number 11 with Rommel, Pelluard, Zula, Fantoni, Franks, Hughes, Komarov.
Zula, Fantoni, Franks, Hughes, Komarov, and Andreasen.
Yeah, Andreasen.
Did you just freeze out? Were you
I needed some more Red Bull.
thinking of Chris Dynastar?
Chris Dynastar is in
See
the
Rommel
scorer's tower at
put
the
some
finish
power
line.
down on that first straight.
But we'll see if LBR can help Rommel get around the track here as he's in line for moto number 1, heat number 11. Definitely a good start. Komarov looking strong down that first straightaway, but Rommel's definitely has some good starts here. I think Mark just saw a rat run across.
Russia trying to squeak in the crank down the landing of that triple.
Whoa, bar hump Fridays for Rommel, but he still gets around there now. Komarov comes under, swoops under there in front of Vincent Pajon.
And Franks went from 6th to 3rd in that second turn, even catching up on Rommel, who just about got a little loopy on that third straight. Yeah, nobody's cranking for that line anymore. They're all burning. 2 laps in. It's going to be a long weekend, boys.
So Komarov, Rommel, Franks, Zula, and then Pelluard will be back in that 6th place spot.
So we had a little bit of an incident yesterday, Ken Block.
I don't know anything what you're talking about, but in Heat 12, we'll go with Upshaw, McCrory, Sima, Finch, Christofoli, Webster, and Lopez.
Webster, you saw his name on the sheets and you just wanted to be a professional race driver yesterday, didn't you?
Webster was the little guy that had his own TV show.
I'm thinking of Weber. Sorry,
a long time
Close.
ago. Oh, he's retired too. So we'll get ready here for heat number 12 for the Elite Men, the last run of the Elite Men in the second round of motos. Let's see who can be victorious and if Jeffrey Upshaw can show his style and his flashy uniform down this first straightaway, and it looks like he's going to do just so. Stylish, smooth, and fancy. That's going to be Jeffrey Upshaw from the United States, doing it for the hometown fans out here in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah, keep an eye on that first straight. Once they land that second jump, a lot of these guys, you'll notice there, Upshaw did it. They're coasting off the landing of the second one. The lip, someone just went OTB on a roller. That's a big skill to have. But as I was saying, the triple, the first lip is rather high, so people are not pedaling and trying to preload and pick up for it so they can either jump out or manual.
So we'll be Upshaw with the win, Sima in second, McCrory in third, Lopez in fourth, and I believe it was your buddy Webster that did the end over end. No, it will be. Yeah, it was Webster. So we'll get a word here from the stylish, smooth, fast rider, Jeffrey Upshaw, as he's made his way to the interviewing zone.
It looks like you're having so much fun out there, and it's the last Supercross World Cup of the year. What's the vibe like out in the pits?
The vibe's cool. You know, everybody's here focused, and we're just trying to make it out of today and in tomorrow's event and give it a showdown.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Big Jeff doing it out there with the win in round number 2, the last of the Elite Men, as now we'll make our way back to Mark's favorite part of the racing, the ladies, and his favorite rider right there, number 96.
Don't know why you keep referring to that.
New Zealand, it's close-knit. It's a really small country, so you're all close
picking up what
together.
you're putting down.
So Sarah Walker, Laura Smulders, Melinda Moud, Tucksher, Carrera, and Jones, definitely the who's who of the 9th place overall ranking women. Might be 9th through 16th here loaded on the gate. We'll see how things work out. But heat number 1, second round of motos for the elite women. So Sarah Walker looking clean, stylish in her white getup from lane 1. She's going to battle it down with Melinda Moud. They're going to jump their way into turn 1. Who will back off going to turn 1? Usually it'll be neither one of them. And coming on that inside will be Laura Smulders, then Tuck Short from Canada in the 4th place. But right now it's about the leader of the World Cup, Sarah Walker, taking the lead in front of Melinda Moud.
Yep, Melinda was leading that first race. She's getting the side of what it's like to be in second place. Smulders did not get out as clean as I was expecting. And that's Melinda wants that third lane choice. for the last round.
So she does make the pass, but past the finish line. But it'll be Walker, McLeod, and Smulders. They want to buddy up across the line. Tuckshaw definitely riding well from Canada. And Jones in the fifth place spot.
Cliff Bass, Bono.
And Mark, I know you haven't had a chance to talk to her recently, but we will all get to now hear from Sarah Walker as she's in our interview zone with Lauren. Incredible.
This time last year, you had a really big crash in Chula Vista. What's your game plan this year?
To stay on my bike, ideally. I had a crash this week as a little anniversary present to myself. But I'm in one piece and I won the first 2 races. So get some good rest tonight and come back tomorrow, hopefully feeling really good.
Thanks so much, Sarah.
Smile on her face, and definitely when she comes across that line with the victory, Sarah Walker, number 96, but number 1 in a lot of young boys' hearts. She comes across the line. So we'll get ready for the second round of motos for these elite women. Van Hoof, Curtis, Seiko, Escobar, Diaz, and Burbridge Smith. Who's your pick?
I mean, ooh.
You mean ooh?
Rimsot,
unfortunately, DNS.
Oh,
must have been
hurt
that
in
case
the
down
triple.
that first
I mean, I
straightaway.
gotta go with Van Hoof again.
Ending her season a little bit earlier than I'm assuming she would want. Yeah, Van Hoof has been riding strong all summer long. European champion. Great runs at each and every stop of the World Cup. Let's see if she's able to put it together.
Japan, great start.
So Van Hoof, just as we talk her all up, she has a horrible run, but Brunbridge Smith from Australia makes her way out of there. Seiko from Japan, and then Escobar in that third place spot. But as we saw earlier, Van Hoof doesn't necessarily need to do any of those jumps in the first straightaway because she has the power. She's just gone from 11th place
I think
to
her
pretty
and,
much first.
I think her and Tori Nyhorg are on the same training program. They're just letting everybody go and chase the rabbit, and it's working for them. Couple wins for the pair. Burbridge Smith for second.
So it'll be Van Hoof taking the victory the hard way. Curtis in second, Seiko in third, Diaz, and then fifth will be Escobar. How much more power, how much more effort are you doing? You hit the gate, have a bad start, to have to come back to power your way through all these other riders, Mark?
It's a big drain, but I mean, you got to do it. You want to qualify through to the next day.
So looking to qualify her out here through heat number 3 will be Van Benthem, Christensen, Sarton, Lee Corgi, Sorova, and Thibaut.
A lot of blue, red, and whites in those country flags.
Red, white, and blue. That's where we're at. America.
No, we're actually. Oh, it is the red, white, and blue, but they're not allowed to use that
America.
flag.
America.
From the
Hashtag
South.
Hashtag America. So to ruin the race for the Americans, it could be, it won't be, it'll be Christensen with a good run here. So she's going to keep the red, white up in front. Van Benthem in that second place spot, and then third will be Lee Corget. But coming down that second straightaway, we'll see if any moves are made. But right now, the only move to be made is the space Christensen's putting on Van Benthem down straightaway number 3.
Yeah, got a good gap on Van Benthem, and Letitia must have been working on something later, or she's come on for an injury as well. She's not looking herself. Silverova's putting some heat on her coming out of the last turn. See, once they come into shot, Silverova's going to get past. No.
So it'll be Christensen, Van Benthem, Lee Corget, and then Sorova will stay in there for the 4th place result. So definitely 2 good runs so far from Christensen. Let's get some insight from this young woman. 3rd place at the World Championships, but now she's in with our World Champion reporter, Lauren, in the finishing zone.
So this is the first time that you're riding at night and you're riding under the floodlights. Is it affecting you?
No, these lights are perfect. You don't even notice it's getting dark out there, so it's really a good job putting the lights up.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
She lit up that moto, Mark, like the floodlights are lighting up the
that
track.
was awesome, Pete.
So we'll get ready for heat number 4 for these elite women. Carr, Diaz, Renaud, Priess, Hladikova, Michelin, and Springers. These ladies
I want to see Renaud send something down this first straight.
She's definitely going to do some jumping, try to keep it low, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
What's the other option?
The other option is from lane 1, Amanda Carr smokes everyone and gets the
Probably.
hole.
Chances are high.
So we'll get ready for Heat 4 here for the second run of the Elite Women in Rock Hill at the final stop of the World Cup Tour. So from the inside, Amanda Carr, a little bit of a case. Renaud does jump high over that first jump, but she's going to be chasing Priess, who's had a good run, and now she's out front, but Renaud definitely wants to try to stalk her down. We'll see how things go as they get into this third straightaway here.
Everyone's a lot of bit of a headwind down that second straight for these girls. Everyone's struggling to clear that step into the second turn. Renaud just backed off, just either causing a traffic jam or managed to Hladikova's. She's going to push it to the line.
So it'll be Priess Hladikova gets her way around Renaud for that second place spot, and then Diaz will be there in for the fourth. Looks a little winded, but definitely fast lap around here for these Elite Women in Rock Hill. So just one more of the Elite Women's motos here for their second run, and this one is star-studded. Bondarenko, Poitier, Etienne, Zampi, Delar, Quinhala, Bau, and Bali. Heat number 5 for these Elite Women. Later on this evening, though, you're going to see the true stars. Top 8 in the world rankings for the Elite Women. Top 16 for those Elite Men when we go to the time trials. Those was Mark's favorite part of racing. He always put 150% effort into each and every one of those time trials.
Especially the Superfinals. Time trials itself, I'd do pretty well. Once the Superfinal came around, I'd always seem to clip out, get a flat tire, my brakes would rub. Or there was just not
leg
much
cramps, menstrual cramps.
Just it was not that time of the month for me.
But what time it is
someone's laying on the first straight, I believe. I saw a bike jump the second jump by itself in that last round. Looks like must be off the track, and we're loading up.
So we'll get ready for the last run here in the second round of motos for the Elite Women. On the inside, Bondarenko, and then have Poitier, Etienne. Definitely going to see some fast speed from those three ladies. They've been flying all year long. Etienne, our double junior world champion, and she's looking to make her mark known in the elite class. She's already made a few main events this year. Definitely one of those rising stars coming out of France to continue that tradition of powerful, stylish riders.
I think it's the bike.
I don't know.
I mean, yes, she's definitely good. No, I'm not. But that's a good pink bike.
Pink bike? That's a fun
Guess
website to visit. So from the inside, it does look like it's going to be Poitier who gets a perfect start, but she's going to have a battle there on the outside as well. So she's going to go into turn number 1 with a little bit of a lead over Wow, and then Etienne in that third place spot, making her way up there, but Poitier definitely looking fast around the track here in Rock Hill.
Yeah, she's killing it. She definitely had a great first pedal out of that gate and come out half a wheel in front of everybody. Bow in second, Etienne in third. Bondarenko's getting shafted by Aussie's been Pete's taking selfies right now. Poitier across the line. Photo finished for second. Quinhala in fourth. Della in fifth, who just tried sending Bondarenko off the last turn. Worked for her.
So that is the end of the second run of Elite Women's Motos here in Rock Hill. But let's get a word here from our winner, Poitier from France.
How's the track holding out with the weather?
Oh, the track is really good. It's nice to ride without rain for the moment, and in the night too. I have been fun a lot of in the track, and I want to thank my family and all my sponsors.
You know, as soon as you said that it wasn't raining, it started to rain.
Sorry?
As soon as you said it wasn't raining, it started to rain right now, but thank you so much.
So this is the round that counts, Mark. They all count, but this is the round that really counts as we're going to that third round of motos. Riders with questionable points definitely need to put the power down to make their way through those qualifiers to be able to race into tomorrow's qualifying motos and then move into that single elimination racing.
Yeah, the first 2 rounds, the guys and girls that have had questionable results, they want to obviously put it together just to qualify through. But the guys who have had good laps want to get good lane choice for tomorrow once it comes around, and the top 16 slop in from tonight's time trials. What sort of times you picking for the time trials? I've seen a high 34. I'm a guess we might get into the 33s pretty easy.
I'm going to say 31 seconds is definitely not going to happen.
Oh. Thought we were waiting for a Chase Bicycles plug there from Connor Fields.
No. What we will plug is the men will definitely have the faster times around the longer track, but that's just because they are really going to go for it. They have we have those 16 top riders, and the guys, they want to have the bragging rights, even though they won't say anything about going out and winning one of those time trials. But we also have those riders that are in contention for these overall titles. Just 2 of the elite men. When you move to the ladies class, there's actually 4 women that can win those titles. So they may be a little bit more cautious because they know these time trials aren't really good. All they're going to do is help them seed in for the motos tomorrow. But they definitely want to be 100% when it comes time to crown the champ tomorrow, and they want to be ready to race.
Of all tracks we've raced on, I think this one, if these guys put it all together, the top guys in these time trials will be on the podium come race time. This is a track that's built for speed, it's built for power. So these guys who get out in front are just going to continue to walk away from everybody else, especially if they can get I'm going to pick, by the end of the weekend, mid-33s, depending on the weather.
Well, we did see, like in Argentina, we had some really fast time trial times. I believe it was Connor Fields had the fastest time. And then when we went to the racing, Liam Phillips' main event time was definitely faster. And usually it's not necessarily, it's not the case. It's not a consistent way like that. But I think those guys were there was definitely some really great racing in Argentina. Again, another one of those really raceable tracks. And here, I think we will see those times bested when we get to those main events.
Yeah, that's something I noticed over the years when I was trying to put in good time trials. Come finals time, semi-finals, finals times, I was a second and a half quicker than I was in my time trials. And I don't know what it is. It normally happens all the time. By the time everyone gets to the finals, they're already drained, but the adrenaline's pumping. That's what they've been training for, and the times always drop.
So the fans...
We're just waiting for the rain to come in again.
The fans are waiting for the rain to come. Let's get that GoPro lap again of Barry No Bells.
Barry doesn't know he shares his Snapchat channel with Caroline because she's in every post.
He's just trying to get more snappers.
He's trying to.
More chatters. So down this second straightaway, Mark, right here, for someone that never hits one of those berm jumps, how intimidating is it when you just hit that lip and all you see is asphalt?
It's scary. It's not once you're up the jump, it's okay. You've done the work. You've already committed. Well, most of the time you've committed, but it's landing that jump before it, and it's questionable whether you've got enough. Or if you haven't done it, whether you've got enough speed to send it. And it's even though if they filled it in and it was a tabletop, everybody would have no problems with it. But the intimidation of it scares the crap out of you.
So now do you get over it? You still say it still gives you those butterflies when you hit it. What about when unfortunately there's times when you can hit a jump and A, you're not going to clear it, or B, you're squirrely going up the lip and you're going to have to eject. How do you make those decisions, that split timing that you're going to need to hopefully, if you have to crash, at least have the I don't even know how to...
It's rider to rider, it's different. I couldn't bail out. As soon as I hopped on the gate, I was locked in. My feet were not coming out of the pedals. I was riding it to the death. People like Elise Post, who doesn't crash very often, but when she does, it's spectacular. But I don't know if it's her gymnastics roots, but she barrel rolls out of those things and barely walks away without a scratch. This could be a little different with the seal leading up to it. It'll be a good braking surface to be able to slow down and roll through it if you have to, but it's very unforgiving if you do not make that that berm. I experienced that either earlier this year or last year. I attempted to pedal up that lip. Somehow I didn't keep it upright actually. About 90-10'd it. It was great fun. I think it was a warm-up on a Sunday morning actually.
Definitely a good way to test those box forks out on
They held up.
real-world conditions.
They actually held up.
So now we are getting ready for qualification run number 3, the heartbreak round in the elite men. Kringers, Ezekiel, Jimenez, Pelluard, Anderson, Flanders, and Barry. These riders are going to battle their way through. We have a bunch of riders here. I know they have high points. They're really going to have to make a push for it. Pelluard sitting not where he wants to be. He's one of those names we usually see moving through. Jimenez as well. He's always sneaks his way through these qualifiers. Both of these guys haven't had the days that they've been looking for. Kringers, on the other hand, just went out and had a top 2 finish. So he's definitely sitting good, but you can't rest on your laurels in Supercross. You have to go out each and every time 100% or don't even get on that gate, and that's why you're sitting next to him.
Exactly. I think Kringers would by far have the best points sitting up there. So he's still racing the other, how many riders we got out there? 198, something like that. Close to it. He's still racing points against everybody else. But there's definitely some high points in this round. Mrs. Pajon. Mr. Pajon in lane 4. Vinny's been at it a long time. He's
They're looking to make their way up number 5 of the U.S.A. BMX Supercross World Cup Tour. Let's get the gate going for the 3rd time. So definitely, as we speak of Jimenez having good starts, he's in the back of the pack, and up front it will be Kringers once again battling it out with Pelluard, and now Jimenez makes his way up in those top 4. Definitely a good battle from these riders, but Kringers again once very strong leading it into turn
I don't know
2.
what good starts you see out of Jimenez, Pete. He normally rolls out and cuts everybody off in the first turn, but it's working for him right now. Kringers has got that win. He's going to get a good lap time going into tomorrow's qualifying. Jimenez in the 2. Ezekiel in 3. Pelluard lunging off with the 20 feet left to go, and it worked.
Getting that 4th place finish. I don't know the points because they're scrambled. We don't have the instantaneous results. We'll have those after these. I don't know. 4th place in the 3rd round of moto with high points already is definitely not the way you want to.
A few of those guys will be
finish
going home, starting the after party tonight.
So we'll get ready. You started it last night. We'll get ready with the 2nd heat here. Frieswick, Salazar, Kadyshev, Franks, Barzalo, and Cameron. These guys are looking to party their way on.
Couple of my dudes up there.
Franks? Franks and Beans?
Franks.
Franks and
Franks.
Beans?
Franks and
Backfoot
Cameroon.
Franks? Is it backfoot?
Backfoot.
Backfoot.
Backfoot out.
So coming out of lane number 1 will be Frieswick, Cory Frieswick, the Australian national champion, dethroning Sam Willoughby at those championships.
Franks is moving up into 3rd. He might even chase Frieswick down for 2nd. Matt's going to be favouring some body parts for sure. Be getting all the Snapchats tonight. Hey, Matty. Frank's going to hold on to 3rd. I'm not sure. He's had some good races, hasn't he?
Coming across the line, Cameron had an excellent race this time. I don't know if that's going to be enough for him to move on. We'll see. And then you have Frieswick, Franks, Kadyshev will be your top 4 here in that 3rd round. We can hear from Frieswick on his 2nd place finish here. Good day, making his way through the program. Let's get a word here from Cory Frieswick.
Cory, we think you made it through. How are you feeling?
I've had a bit of a rough start today, but ended on a good note, so I hope that will get me in.
Well, we think you did.
Well, I hope so.
Thanks, Cory.
So Cory Frieswick moving through on the program. I can tell you that it's a guarantee. I can't tell you about anybody else. But we'll get ready for heat number 3. Andre, Ramirez, Racine, Strongbergs, Finch, Melifont, and Webster.
Strommy's going to have to put something together this lap. Cruising around that last one to pull in for a 6th. He's chosen lane 4. He's got a spare lane next to lane 5. Sylvain and Strommy. Going to be a good drag race here. Carlos probably going to go under both of them into the 1st turn.
So straight away, it looks like Strongbergs has definitely put his mind to the task at hand, and he gets the hole shot, goes out in front of Sylvain Andre. Ramirez this time, he knows he needs those points. He's up in that third place spot. The guy who needed the most points after that last finish, Mara Strongbergs, always comes through in the clutch. At this point, Strongberg's out front with Andre in second.
Yeah, Stromby's gapping off that third straight like I was talking about earlier. Notice Stromberg's keep an eye on his, whenever he pedals up to a jump, he has a half pedal, back pedal right before everyone. It bit him bad a few years ago at the ABA Grands, but he's got it on lock now. And it's good enough for the win.
Yeah, Stromberg's back up front where he remembers. It's been quite a little bit here for him on the Supercross, but when he gets those wins rolling, they don't stop, and that's the riders need to be.
You only got to win one race. Just ask him about London.
So Stromberg's with the win, Andre, and then Ramirez. So we'll get ready for Heat 4. Molina, Van Gendt, Schmidt, Furlan, Van White, McLean.
I'm surprised there's not more Americans here. There's a lot of.
They're all pre-qualified. If you paid double entry fee, you could pre-qualify.
Oh, gotcha.
So these riders in the gate, Molina's had a good run. Van Gent's had some great finishes. Schmidt, and then Fantoni, White, and McLean, they're going to have to step it up here. As the gate drops down, it's going to be Molina again with those consistent starts. He's going to be battling it with Twan van Gendt. Gets ahead Van Gendt, a little bit of a bobble, a little bit of a case. Puts him back in 7th. He's definitely not going to want those kind of points. Look for him to make his way through, but right now, Molina looking to keep it consistent in the top 2 finishes all day. He's going to take the lead coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Peter, no idea what happened to Twan then, but he's still pushing through, trying to get some extra spots. Molina is just killing it. He wants lane 1 all weekend long. And it's been working for him. He's keeping out of trouble, getting out in the lead, and taking it home.
You can see how tight some of these motos are. Some of those riders not having those great starts, being able to get through the pack, but this one was pretty good, and as well as Van Gendt had a bad case down that second straight with 2 small mistakes. That's going to keep him back in the 7th place finish. But Molina, who's been riding so strong all day, he's made his way over to the interview zone, get a word from him, and see how excited he is, as he's definitely made his way into tomorrow's program for those final qualifying races.
You got this track dialed in. You obviously made it in tomorrow. How are you feeling?
Good. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Gracias a toda mi Argentina que apoya, a mi familia. Saludos a todo Córdoba. Nada, gracias. Y vamos a Argentina.
Gracias. Thank you.
So Molina definitely had a good day going, and he's going to carry it on into tomorrow's racing, but things will definitely pick up of speed, power, and skills as we get those riders in from tonight's Superfinal time trial. So get ready for heat number 5. Jones, Lopez, Garcia, Brown, Herman, Smith, Phelan, Habbage.
There's all the US riders. Just loaded them all up in
all
the
in
one
one moto. It's going to be like a fan USA appreciation lap. And looking for
and there's heaps out there.
One of our biggest stars, David Herman, number 80 from the middle with that low one-piece crank start. Let's see if he's able to put it together, or
the silent assassin, the jet.
Will Trent Jones spoil his day from the inside, or the missile? Jet missile?
Oh, Jones.
SBD.
Jones is going to come out.
So definitely a good battle there between Jones, Herman, Garcia. 4th place is going to be crazy as well, but they're coming out of turn number 2. Jones has the lead.
Yeah, Jones had the inside lane of that first turn. Didn't quite have the horsepower, though. He was half a bike behind, but just having that good lane choice that worked for him, and he's going to take it home and get a good lap time onto tomorrow.
So definitely a better way for David Herman. He had a horrible weekend by his admission in Argentina. He's definitely made his way through. Jones has as well, and Garcia looks to be safe as well, even though he had that 5th, but he's had 2 good results in those other rounds of motos.
Growing his locks out by the looks of it.
So we'll get ready for heat number 6. Hudson, Maheu, Palmer, Marino, Narverstad, Farrow, Bindelas, and Mark Hart. Jamaica man. Jamaica McCrazy.
I think that's cool. All the power to him.
What happened?
Choosing to ride for Jamaica. Going to the games.
You got to get the points.
Life stories, man.
Got to get points.
Just got to get on
Doesn't
the
matter
gate.
what country you're from. You got to get the points. Unless you're from Brazil, then you get a free ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, he chose the wrong country.
We'll get ready. You see on the inside, Colin Hudson, junior man, definitely had some strong finishes in the past. Today he's going to need a strong finish here in that third round. Second round he had a good result, but now he's definitely going to need it. Mahu had a great result in that last run with the victory. Fierro's been consistent, 2 seconds. He's definitely going to need to keep that consistency rolling if he wants to get in. And as we say that, the skies open up, the rain's out there.
The rains
Who
are
will
coming.
be timid? Who wants to make their way through? We'll see now as the gate's ready to drop for Heat 6. So nobody looks to be backing off, and definitely not Colin Hudson. He's out there in front. Fierro, again, up in the front. He's in that third place spot. We'll see everybody get through turn number 1. Pretty good, but Hudson, Navarstad, and Fierro is still up there in third. Definitely a good, consistent run from him, and Mahu's in that fourth place spot.
Yeah, Colin Hudson, he's right where he wants to be. Navarstad is impressing me. And so is Fierro. They're both... Fierro's going to qualify through, possibly his first time making it out of heats here at the World Cup rounds. He'll be more than happy with that.
So Colin Hudson, definitely the happiest of all those guys.
Oh!
Maybe a little bit of a
Get
brake
some new
check.
brake pads on that one.
Brake zone. But Hudson, Navarstad, Fierro, and Mahu will be your top 4. Bindelos with the 5th. Marcotte and Palmer will have that photo fish for the 6th and 7th place finishes. So we get a...
It is Malik Bindelos. And let's see how he's doing out there at the moment.
Will we cut off, or were you just having a moment?
We have an interview coming up in the zone with Lauren.
So you're from Jamaica, and we want to know how they do things over there. What's the facility like there in Jamaica?
It's not really that developed yet, but it's come a long way from last year. Last year, I went out there and wasn't really able to ride. And then this year, I was able to actually do a race, so it's come a long way.
What do you think about the facility here in Rock Hill?
It's awesome. With all this rain is getting, I'm surprised the track's holding up. The track's good, the gate's good. So it's just it's been a good race.
Great, thank you.
So we'll get ready for the next round. Heat number 7 here. Juster, Komarov, Harmsen, Montenegro, Kronk, Tehinko, Verducci. These riders definitely need the points. Juster's been riding strong. Komarov has as well. Harmensen's been right there in the top as well. It'll be a good battle here, but the conditions have now changed. Third round of motos mark. Rain's coming down. You're sitting on low points. What do you do?
Yeah, this is the tricky bit. They're getting used to those turns, drying up, and now they're going to be nice and slick again. Juster and Harmsen have been having good runs so far. Everyone's still coming up short on that first jump. Komarov got out good and hung it up.
Juster's going for the manual championships, and he takes them as he goes into turn number 1 with the lead. Javier again up there in that second place spot. Now he jumps his way into first. Komarov in third, so we'll see these guys battle out down that third straightaway.
Yep, you see Juster using his height, probably pulled 3 bikes down that second straight on Montenegro. Komarov, that should be good enough, I think, for him to get through as well. Harmsen, he should be okay as well.
So Juster has that height advantage. How is he able to capitalize that and use it through that rhythm section for people who are tuning in for the first time?
No, just the first couple of rollers after that step are really deep. A lot of them are choosing to pump, and then just manual the last 4. Juster can really lean into it and put some effort through and get a good amount of speed out of his manual.
So we'll get ready for heat number 8. A lot of speed from Villegas. He's been on fire. Vanderbees and Collins, Miranda, Pettigrew, Yamaguchi, and Kohler. Again, another one of these motos where we have some guys with those mid-range group of points. They're really going to have... We're going to have to see a standout here if we're going to see anyone other than like maybe Villegas and Vanderbees and making their way through. Collins, I know, is on the bubble.
Look to watch Collins put it together.
So the riders are definitely not backing it off once that gates drop, and no one's backing it off. Less than Raymond van der Biezen, and he goes into turn 1. We'll see how things work out for these guys. First time full speed. Looks like everybody's up. Van der Biezen, Villegas is in that second place spot, and then your pick there, Logan Collins, he's in third, impressing a lot of people here today on the Rock Hill track.
Yeah, he's been going really good as of late. Raymond van der Biezen was just having a little moment here with Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds is in the house. Come out to watch the race here at Rock Hill, South Carolina. Villegas going to lose his first race of the day.
But to what a rider he did. Raymond van der Biezen, definitely one of those guys riding fast for a really long time. Van der Biezen will take the win. Villegas in second, Callan in third, and then Collins secures that 4th place. Will it be enough to see if he moves through? We will see. I believe Villegas is going to make his way into
I would imagine so.
Finishing zone.
Unless some kind of sorcery happens.
With Lauren. Higher dose.
You made it through to the next round. How are you feeling going into tomorrow?
I feel really good. I just didn't have quite a gate and was a good second, so I'm happy.
Do you want to say something in Spanish to your fans?
Yeah, un saludo a toda la gente argentina. Sé que están mirando y les mando un beso grande.
Thank you.
So Villegas, definitely one of the standout riders in Argentina. Just missed out on that main event, but today he wants to make it through. He did that, so tomorrow he's going to have to see if he can continue his way in, make it in. So next we'll get up with heat number 9, Sherratt, Nijhaug, Brethauer, Klashenko, Zula, Nagasako, Christian, and Stevens. Again, a lot of big names in this one. Low points, medium points. This is definitely going to be one of the ones. It's going to be one of those races that really makes the cut line definitely dip lower, because we have some guys like Tory Nijhaug. He's not had those good starts, but he's had great finishes.
Let's see if we can get out of his own way coming out of that gate.
And he's next to Corbin. Corbin's had 2 incredible gate starts so far, and then Brethauer as well has had some impressive starts, but not the greatest finishes. So we'll see how this goes as the gate drops.
Again, Tory off the back.
He's off the back. Corbin Straw's up front, and you're going to have Klashenko up there in that top 3. And then Zula is making his way up to the front for the first time today, but right now he's going to get passed by Tory Nijhaug as they go over that big berm jump. We'll see if he's able to. No, he still continues his way around. Nijhaug's in a dangerous spot right now.
He couldn't turn that one around. Landed flat after that berm jump and lost another spot. Might see some action. Oh, held it together on the wet turn. Tommy's trying to chase down third. Corbin bonk and roll in for a win.
So Sherratt takes another victory. Klashenko in second, Brethauer in third, Zula in fourth. Nijhaug will have to settle for 5th. That could be interesting once we see those qualifications, but I still think he'll make his way through. But definitely a good day for Corbin Straw. How do you carry that consistency over for when you have 3 good finishes? You got to wait till tomorrow to race again. We'll see if Sherratt's able to do that, because he's one of those guys that has those bright moments, but then he's a little bit inconsistent. So we'll get ready for Heat 10 with Whitfield, Rommel, Yoshimura, Peebles, Kawa, Laustin, Christofoli, and Cody are in the gate here. From the inside be Tyler Whitfield and Jeremy Rommel. They've been having some good runs.
How does Whitfield keep getting lane 1? He's doing something right.
Right now, who's doing something right is Jeremy Rommel. Again, another great start. Great run down into turn number 1, taking the lead of this moto. Whitfield in second, Peebles in that third. It's a top 3 American hoo-ha.
And Rommel killed that first straight and then made them look even worse on that second one. But Whitfield had a good line out of that turn. He's pulling back up on him. Not even close enough to make it happen, but 2 very skilled riders right there.
They want to make a lurch for that line, but no one's going to be able to get past Jeremy Rommel. Whitfield will settle for second. Yoshimura makes his way up to third, and Christofoli into 4th. Unfortunately, the wheels fell off for Peebles. He was up there in 3rd, and he's going to come around and finish 7th overall, and that's going to be the end of his World Cup season. So Tyler Whitfield, one of those very stylish riders that's been on the circuit here domestically in the United States, looking to try to put a stamp on his career in the World Cup. Let's get a word from him, as he's just finished his lap here at the World Cup.
What do you think about the Rock Hill facility? Do you like riding on the track?
Yeah, this track's super fun. Probably the best facility we have right now in the U.S. Yeah, it's really good.
The track's also wide open. Do you find it really easy to pass, and do you like to navigate it?
Not easy to pass, but there's a lot of room to pedal, make a lot of speed. It's really good.
Thank you.
All right, just 2 motos left in these qualifying rounds for the elite men. Then we move on to that last round of qualifications for the elite women, and then we'll move on into the time trial. So heat number 11, Sebesta, Viede, Sunma, Nobles, Makori, Matsushita, Thurkeson, and Dos Reis. Who needs to have a good race here, Mark?
I think all of them, but Tanner Sebesta, Viede's been all right. Barry needs to put it together. McCrory had a good race here early in the year, so he knows he can do it. Thurkelson's been going all right. Dos Reis has not had some good laps the first couple, and he's coming out at 8, so it's going to be a lot of work for him. Look at that rain come down.
Yeah, McCrory had some good runs in Argentina as well. Let's see if he's able to continue that here as we're in their 3rd and final round. So the gate is dropped, and we'll see who is able to make their way up. It's going to be Sebesta, who gets a good start, but going into turn number 1, it's going to be the Latvian and now the Brazilian battling out Dos Reis and Viede. Sebesta's back in that 3rd spot. Barry Nobles is in 4th. Can he take his GoPro secret lines and make his way around? These riders, we'll see how things turn out as they're in that 3rd straightaway.
Yeah, he's going to have to make something happen. He's already got a 5th. He's going to get up inside T-Bone here, going with the last turn. Nope. Everyone. Oh! Dos Reis nearly drops it, losing the rear wheel. Managed to salvage it. Probably hold on to 2nd. Nobles just dropped another one.
So it'll be Viede with the win, Dos Reis and Sebasta with a photo finish. And unfortunately, Thurkeson will be in that 4th place spot. Definitely don't want to be 5th in your 3rd round of motos, and that's where Barry Nobles ended up. Sinma in that 6th place, McCrory 7th, and Matsushita will be our 8th place result. So this is the last moto of the qualifications for the elite men. Blanc, Upshaw, Riccardi, Tugas, Hughes, Socard, and Fox.
Come on, Foxy. Put it together.
I don't think he can hear you.
No, it's...
Unless he's on BMX Live,
Maybe.
Bluetooth in his helmet, because he loves to hear
Might be secret
his
coach somewhere.
Kiwi cousin give him tips and tricks around the track. The tip I would say is probably wear some goggles as the rain is coming down, and Oakley makes a fine eyewear to keep your eyes
Look
safe.
at it coming down.
What's coming down is Blanc's pedals on the ground to the power, with Upshaw now in that 2nd place spot, and Fox is up there. Now it's Fox in the 2nd place spot. Excuse me. Upshaw moves back to 3rd, but no one is going to be able to get around Blanc. If you're used to rain, you're used to being in Switzerland, because it does rain there a lot.
Yeah, one of the most skillful riders ever to step on a bike right there in front. Fox is thinking all of those jumps on the 2nd straight were 5 feet longer than they were, making life, and just drops it to end his weekend on a great note.
So it'll be Blanc with the win. Upshaw coming in consistent. He's going to make his way through these motos. Hughes in 3rd. We'll have a photo finish between Tugas and Riccardi for that 4th place qualifying spot. We can tell you that Fox does finish 7th, and that's not where you definitely want to finish in this result, because we had a DNS from Demont. So Blanc, one of those riders, has had some moments of glory. He's going to get his moment now here with Lauren in the finishing zone with an interview.
Renaud, the rain is really coming down really hard, but it does not look like it's affecting you at all. You made it through till tomorrow. How are you feeling?
I feel good. Happy to made it, and yeah, it's raining since yesterday, but it's impressive how the track stay packed, so it will be good.
But the rain doesn't seem like it's affecting you at all. I mean, do you even feel it?
No, the rain is okay as long as the track is hard. There's a little bit of wind, but not too bad. It's okay.
Thanks very much.
So that wraps up the elite men's qualification rounds here in Rock Hill for stop number 5 of the World Cup. We'll move on to the last round of elite women, and there you see it. Smulders, Etienne, Renaud, Sorova, Zampisi, Carrera, and Tuxer. Those are the ladies lined up for the first of 5 motos here for the elite women. Smulders, Etienne, and Renaud have been riding well. Sorova as well, consistent in those top 3 and 4 spots. We'll see, can someone like Tuxer turn it around and have a good ride here with these harsh conditions?
I
We'll
don't
see.
trust that, Pete.
I don't miss it either. I love being inside in the dry.
Oh, yeah. Heat is good.
So from the inside, Laura Smulders looks to have a good start. Etiene's right there at her hip. We'll see how things turn out as they go into turn number 1. Smulders is able to put a little bit of distance between the two. Renaud's going to be up there in that third place spot. Right now, Laura Smulders having a good run. Definitely if you didn't have the best of runs, you want to put it all together in this third round. Definitely help you with lower the points, give you a better gate pick. And these riders definitely making 2-2-2 all the way around that third straightaway. Coming in the last turn, any way it takes to get across the line out front, Laura Smulders has put it together with Etienne in that second place, doing some tricks and style for the fans with the nose manual. On her way to the win, Smulders, Etienne, Renaud. Tuxture does come around with that fourth, Sarova in fifth. Definitely see how those things come out for those women when we get those tallied points later on. But right now, Laura Smulders having a good run, coming across the line with that win, and you can see she will make her way into the interview zone.
Really cool to see her back on point here in Rock Hill. Laura Smulders, your Olympic bronze medalist in London. Let's have a chat with her now.
Laura, you're absolutely exhausted, but you made it through to the next round. You're on tomorrow. What's your game plan?
Well, I wanted to save a little bit of energy today. Didn't feel good the whole week, so made it through. I'm happy. Hopefully I get up tomorrow and feel better.
So you're not feeling good today as well?
Nah, a little sick, but getting better.
Well, we can't tell it all. Thanks, Laura.
So her night is done. She's definitely going to get in out of the rain and watch as those super final time trials come on in just a few moments, about 15 minutes after we finish. But we have to get through the rest of these rounds with Heat 2. Christensen, Portier, Seiko, Lecourget, Escobar, and Burbage Smith will make up the elite women's moto here. Second run in Rock Hill, South Carolina, the United States of America, where BMX was invented and perfected. Huh? Yes, sir. That's what I'm going with. So, I don't know, you should get on Wikipedia and look at the history of the sport.
I read something different, Pete.
Well, it's probably wrong.
Watch 1 and 2. It's going to be a race between those two.
So Portier, one of the ladies taking a little bit of a break down that first straightaway as Christensen has opened up a slight lead going into turn 1, but they go on the inside. Now Christensen, Portier, and Lecourget all going to be battling it out, but it will be
Portier's taking the lead. Lecourget's put it together this lap. Seiko's impressing in 4th place. She had a sniff at 3rd coming out of that first turn. Portier's going to... Oh, nearly run up her. Coming out, getting near to that white line. You don't want to touch that white line on this rain. Be lethal.
Christensen, a strong finisher. She comes around for the victory over Portier and Lecourget. Doesn't matter where you finish, where you're at on the track until across the line. Portier, Lecourget got around Christensen, but she made her way back around them at the line. So definitely a good day for Christensen, a good way to finish up those races. And
I think a lot of these girls will be safe. I think we're going to drop about basically a moto worth of girls by tomorrow's quarters.
So get ready for heat number 3. McLeod, Delar, Bondarenko, Diaz, Priess, Ballet, and Michelin. Or not really. It's raining.
Lots.
I bet the guys and girls ready for the Superfinals are pumped to come out just as it rains.
Absolutely. Waiting around
Get
all
around
day
the track
for it.
by yourself as fast as humanly possible in wet conditions. And right now, Melinda McLeod definitely wants to have another good run. Boner air over the first jump.
That was a good one, too.
But taking
Priess is going to... Whoa, just went 20 feet too wide, Melinda.
Big question
Where's the
mark.
iPad coach? Come on, Wade. Sort it out. Got Burbage Smith in 3rd. Priess has made... Just holding on to that first turn move she made. Melinda's going up the end. Oh.
Like a bull in a china shop, coming through, barging her way. But again, just
Oh,
leaving the door
man.
wide open. Come on
Coach!
through.
Coach!
But it will be Priess with the victory. McLeod will settle for a photo finish with Delar for that 2nd or 3rd. Bondarenko for 4th.
Pretty
That's
sure
how
I keep announcing Burbage Smith twice now, and she's
You
not even in the race.
Must have a thing for her. But a thing was had by Nadia Priess taking the victory over Melinda. I'll leave the door open as many times as you need it to get by me, McLeod. So let's get ready for heat number 4 in these elite women after we get an interview here with one of our finishers from that round of motos.
Nadia, you battled it out with Melinda. It was head-to-head. You did some awesome moves and some awesome passes. Do you want to tell us about the lap?
Yeah, I enjoy riding. Even with this weather, the track is perfect. And yeah, I'm feeling very good today.
Well, you're looking very good today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
So Nadia Priess excited to get that victory there in that last lap. And as we move on to heat number 4 for the elite women, you can see Blau, Quinhala, Jones, Diaz, Hladikova, 5 out are your ladies.
I tell you, watching racing today, I'm getting some good dirt that I can use tomorrow on a lot of these people. It's going to be a good show to tune into.
The dirt's slurry covered here, so there's no dirt. It's like asphalt.
You took to the dirt earlier.
I did, and it didn't work out so well. But what will work out well are these ladies in heat number 4 as the gate drops from the inside. There's a lot of power to be had and a lot of air to be getting down this first straightaway as these riders make their way into turn number 1. And it will be wow in first, Quinhala in second, and Jones in third.
Wow, just checked out. These girls are so far apart right now. It's unbelievable. Jones is trying to make some moves on Quinhala coming out. No, she's going to back off too. I'm amazed at the low line some of these girls are pulling off coming around these wet turns. Little nose bonk. Little style points for Jerry Mania there. Right on the finish line.
So wow, Quinhala, Jones, Hladikova, those will be your top 4 finishers. Definitely excited to get a good result and to get out of the rain and finish up their 3rd round of motos for the elite women. We just have one left, and what a star-studded field of ladies this one is, with Sarah Walker, Merel van Benthem, Van Hoof, Curtis, Walsh, Sarton, Carr, and Springers.
Yeah, is it tomorrow already? This is the semi-final.
Stacked and packed from the inside.
Just trying to let Van Hoof put in some extra work from the outside lane. This is definitely a good lap. Going to be a tight one, I'm predicting.
So for the first time out of lane 8, looks like Van Hoof definitely gets a good start. She's going to be battling out behind Amanda Carr and Van Benthem as they go 1-2 into the turn. Van Benthem pops out of the turn with the lead. Amanda Carr in second. Van Hoof's in third. This time, will she be able to make her way around these ladies? I'm not sure, because Van Benthem's been riding strong all day.
Yeah, someone had a bit too much gravity over that first jump. Did not get over it. Van Hoof's not going to be able to pull it off again this time around. Walker struggling to get past 4th place. I think she does. Van Hoof with the second. She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, so Van Benthem, Van Hoof, Carr, Walker, Curtis, and it was Amanda Walsh that went down on that
Amelia Walsh. I think Hannah Sarton didn't crash, but might have got caught up in it. She just crossed the line. Amelia had the same, I believe, the same incident earlier this year.
So that is a wrap for the elite women's motos. We will have an interview here with Merel van Benthem, our winner of that last round of the elite women, and we'll be right back.
Merle, you've had an absolutely great night, but you must have brought the Dutch weather with you. One thing, you must be used to riding in the rain. How has it been affecting you, or do you think this is an advantage?
It doesn't affect me because the track is really holding up good. So, yeah, track is good.
The track is good, you're looking good, and you're on to the next round. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that wraps it up for the rounds of elite motos for these elite women and men. Walsh makes her way across the line. Good to see her on her own power, making it across. Her bike's ready to be boxed up, put away.
Straighten up them bars by Argentina next year.
So we'll get you the qualifying results to see who makes it through to this program for tomorrow. We'll start off with the elite men. Our top qualifier will be Corbin Schra Molina, Andre, Villegas, Jones, Blanc, Van der Wiesen, and Rommel. Those are your top 8 qualifiers. We'll go through the list here to see if your favorite rider made it through.
Which one are we talking about here, Peter? We've got Justa, Hudson, T-Bone, Sebesta, Upshaw, Kriggers, Whitfield, the Ferrari, and Herman.
Fierro.
He's a Ferrari.
Today he was a Ferrari.
He was on fire today. He was a Ferrari.
Speaking of on fire, Nijhag, not where he's used to being, but in my house, Strongbergs, Garcia, Ramirez, Franks and Beans, Brethauer, and Harmson, top 24 qualifiers.
I think at least 5 of those are just trying to mix up the motos.
Brown, Cameron, Ezekiel, Montenegro, Alejandro Lopez, Komarov, Viede, Kleshenko.
Looks like everyone's making it through. Kellen, Yoshimura, Zula, Collins, Riccardi, Van Gendt. He wouldn't be happy with a 38th. Navrastad and Tihikul.
You see how these riders have 12 points. That was what we thought the cutoff might be. It looks like 13 will be in, and you get to see
Barry
some
still
names.
makes it.
For the first time in a while, Barry Nobles makes it through. Romino, Schmidt, Frieswick, Pelluard, Furlan, and Miranda will be your qualifiers. Sneaking in there on the 48th spot. Now we move over to the elite women that qualified through. You see Simone Christensen, that consistency pays off. 3 firsts, top qualifier, Nadia Priess. Van Hoof, Van Benthem, Poitier, McLeod, Walker, and Smulders are your top 8 qualifiers.
McLeod 6, Walker 7, and Smulders in 8.
We've got Etienne, Bao, Hladikova, Quinala, Gertis, Likogil, Carr, and Seiko bringing up the top 16. They're on 11 points. I think we're going to be going to 24, I believe. They're going to be some high points. Reno, Bondarenko, Diaz, Suvorova, Della, Teixeira, Jones, and Diaz.
Yeah, those are some high points. 15.
15 with a... What did she cross the line in last?
All right, so that wraps up the qualification rounds here. We're going to have a brief intermission, give you some words and commercials from some of our sponsors. 15-minute break, then we'll be back for those Superfinal time trials. So make sure you tune back in here from stop number 5 in the U.S.A. World Cup Tour. I'm Pete Dylewski from Mark Willers. We'll see you back here in just about 15 minutes.
Such a mental game.
Obsessing over the little things, that's what's going to make a difference.
If I'm training stronger, good things will happen.
When you battle something, that's the thing you get addicted to.
I don't care.
U.S.A. BMX Supercross World Cup.
Welcome back to Rock Hill. Right now we've got the time trial finals going down in about 15 minutes. Elite men are out on the track warming up. We had our qualification rounds. Those ended. Mark, what was the highlight for you in those elite men? So we'll start out with the elite men. Elite men's qualifying round. Who was the standout rider for you?
I think we had a few. There was the three guys that was Sylvain. I've actually forgotten the last two who had 3 wins in all 3 of their heats. They were looking really good, keeping it consistent and doing what they needed to do to get through. It's going to be interesting to see the comparison between the times from those races and these time trials coming up here. I think I saw a low 34, so we're definitely going to be dipping into the 33s, maybe the 32s.
So throughout practice for yesterday and today, we had rain. Earlier on today, when we got those qualifications started, the weather was okay. Started raining a little bit right towards the end, raining pretty bad. And right now it looks like it's just like intermittent, but it seemed like it didn't really slow down the racing all too much.
No, I think I talked to Logan Collins, and he was saying that the turns are pretty slick here and there now that the rain's opened up on that 3rd round. But as long as you go in there cautious, we didn't really see anybody dropping it too bad, and got home safe.
So we've got all our riders qualified from those qualifying races today. And they're going to meet up with the 8 fastest women that we'll see ride in the time trial first, and then the 16 fastest men. They're basically pre-qualified, so they didn't have to go out, race, which it sounds like a good thing, but in your opinion, what do you think about it?
It depends. It's like earlier, it's a rider-to-rider thing. Some tracks you want the extra practice. You want David Graff just had a nice little case on the second straight warming up. You want to be able to, sometimes you want to be able to warm up in racing with less stress, nobody to race against, and just get a feel for the track. But this is a longer track, so it also kills the energy for tomorrow, but these guys are all pretty much prepared for that. It'll be interesting to see if all 16 are going for the win, or if they're just, with the weather's got them down or whatever, and they just want to get into the show tomorrow, so they'll just cruise on through. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, you have some riders that are excited that they're pre-qualified. They don't necessarily like the time trial format because they may not be the fastest guy that's out there from time to time. And I think when you would do it, you would make your way through the original time trial on your way to that super final. We had seen you at times. You'd made your way in. You were one of the 8 or 16 fastest riders, but you just kind of took that lap as kind of a cruise, check out. You made your way into the show already. So there's a different...
Yeah, I always personally knew that I've never been a time trialist. I was a racer. I would always ride faster laps when there was people next to me, and so I just did not see the point in wasting that extra lap of gas that I'd have to save for the next day.
So now if you're one of the contenders here, and we'll show you, these are the riders that qualified their way through earlier on today, and you can see Corbin Sherrod was one of those fastest guys out there. Molina, Andre, Villegas, Jones, Blanc, Vanderbies, and Rommel. These guys made their way through, so it's definitely the way they wanted to get through. But when we get to those riders later that are qualified, I mean, they're pre-qualified because of their points, but they're going for that championship title, what do you think weighs on their mind here? Because with these conditions, going 100% all out in a time trial for the two contenders in the elite men, say Liam Phillips and Nick Kidman, a little bit different scenario.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see with the turns as weird as they are right now. That's the spot where you can make up a lot of time on this wide open track, taking tight lines, but it's going to be a question of who can push it the furthest without pushing it too far.
Yeah, so you'll see these are all those riders, if you're just tuning in, for these action-packed time trials. These are the riders that have gone through the system already. They've ran all three of their motos. These are the guys that have qualified. So now they're going to sit back. Most of them probably left, but they're probably back. Go back to the hotel, get some food in them, shower, and maybe watch to see who goes where to get the fastest time. Would you ever look at these other riders? I mean, it's completely different when you're on the track by yourself, but to get that fastest time, would you ever look at some of these guys who go out there with those fastest laps to just see where they're going?
Oh, of course. You're looking for every little inch on the track to make as much speed as you possibly can, and there's a reason that those guys are out there about to run their time trials, because they're the best. They're the top 16, so they're faster than everybody who's now at the hotel watching the live feed to learn from them.
So 48 riders in the elite men, they're the ones that qualified through earlier in those qualifiers. And then we had the top women here. As you can see, Simone Christensen, she definitely was one of the standout. Nadia Priess had a really good run going tonight. Elke Van Hoof, she's been strong, come back from behind each and every one of those laps. And that last one, she had a little bit of an issue. But you see some of those top names, they're qualified through. They don't have to, they're not doing the race tonight, but same thing. So those were the fastest women.
Yeah, I did a little research. I went and talked to a couple of guys just in this break. And if you remember seeing Tori Nyhorg was basically in last every single lap. I guess since practice and when it was drier in practice and now that it's been raining tonight during the racing, I mean, I'm no scientist or anything, but I think the cold air might be messing with the timing of the gate a little bit, and it's been dropping a lot slower. That's why Tori hit the gate every time. Matt Cameron flipped it, and everyone was saying that it was just running a lot slower.
I think it's actually the humidity, because the air ram gets pushed through. The humidity in the air gets in there, and it slows down.
Yeah, the air's too dense.
Viscosity of the air thickens it up.
And Matt Cameron was saying he was about 2 seconds early on the second moto and then about 2 seconds too late on the last one because he'd figured out what was going on. But I think they're all adjusting, and they'll probably have to adjust again in the morning for racing tomorrow.
So as we see these few riders out there getting their qualifying practice in, we can show you what a fast lap looks around this track here in Rock Hill as we get you over to Barry Nobles and Caroline Buchanan, as they did a run the other night here on the track.
Kara's probably taken her second lap ever around the track here. She's never ridden here before until Wednesday night when we come straight off the plane. These two come down and did some laps. You see Kara on the left there taking the second straight. She's going to ride underneath Barry over this berm jump right here. That's the first time we've had the berm jump back in a few years. I think the last time we had it was racing Beijing and Chula Vista. So we've had some good comments from the riders out there. They enjoy it. Some of them have never ridden it before, and it's a new thing for them to overcome.
And so now coming down that last straightaway, that was your the lap, how it looks, but nothing ever looks that smooth and easy when you're out there because those jumps come up pretty fast. I mean, I know you've got the track wired, you understand what it is, but the reaction time you need to have that super quick lap a lot of times is something that some of the riders really do something better than the others.
Yeah, it's this track it's very open and there's not much technicalities to it, so it's more of a horsepower race and good lines through the turns to get to the finish line quicker. There's not really any skills that some of these guys can outride each other anywhere around the track apart from just pedaling faster and pushing through the jumps better.
So the one thing, as from my outsider's perspective watching the time trials, I know when you're in the gate with 7 other riders, you can only control what you do, and you can't control any of those other riders. You get a little bit off gate, you get cut off, you can't go to your full potential down the first straightaway. The thing I think some of the riders should appreciate is when they do this time trial, it's all about them. They can, the gate's not necessarily an issue. No one's going to cut you off. It's about showcasing your skills and the speed, taking the right lines, getting around the track, and just being able to focus on the track, which is, I guess, I would assume is a big help for practice because you can get around the track as fast as possible, especially if you have a good result in the time trial overall.
Yeah, these, they're all going to be, it's going to be good to watch. I think with these turns, they're not going to be able to take as tight lines as they wish, and everyone's just kind of, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. It's kind of drying up again, despite all the puddles you see on the track, but it's not coming out of the sky anymore right now. So we might be good to go by the time these guys get out there.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes before we kick things off in the time trials for the elite women. We'll have 8 women: Brooke Crain, Danielle George, Lauren Reynolds, Felicia Stancil, Caroline Buchanan, Stephanie Hernandez, Elise Post, and Mariana Pajon will be the last to go. That's a note from earlier practice. Earlier today, Felicia Stancil had a really hard crash right at the end of practice. They took her off. She was mobile, but you can see that she was hurting a little bit. So I just saw her. She's warming up, so she will be out there. And as we said, some of these women, they practiced earlier this morning, came back. Their practice was at, I believe, at noon. 1 o'clock?
Around then.
And so they had about an hour of practice. Then we went into those qualification races. So the women who qualified for these time trials haven't ridden in 7 hours. So now they come back out here. They get 15 minutes of warm-up.
Yep.
A little bit timid because, as Mark said, the turns are wet, a little bit slick. You definitely don't want to crash in one of these time trials. But at the same point, you want to come out here and have the fastest lap that you can. So in just a few minutes, we'll see these women out on the track.
Yep, they finished up their 15 minutes of warm-up just before the men set out onto the track. A lot of them are all banging out gates by themselves, just getting it down the first straight, making sure they're getting their backsides. As you can see, the guys are all they know how to do it. They're just kind of out there loosening up, feeling out the turns, feeling how slippery everything is. But we're getting ready for the girls to come up.
All right, so we're going to throw a few little commercials in here, get you ready. So if you want to grab a drink, get ready to sit back and watch all the incredible action from these time trials. You got about a minute or so to go get that done, and then we will be back with the riders getting ready for the elite women's time trials, and then we'll move to the elite men's time trial finals.
Such a mental game.
Obsessing over the little things, that's what's going to make a difference.
If I'm training stronger, good things will happen.
When you battle something, that's the thing you get addicted to.
So welcome back to Rock Hill, stop number 5 of the U.S.A. 2015 World Cup Tour, the final stop. Tonight we do the time trials. Tomorrow we go through all those racing down to the single elimination racing, and then we will crown champions of the season, the overall for the elite men and for the elite women. But now it's all about the time trial. First up, from the United States of America. You were wondering where all these USA riders were earlier. Bunch of them up here in these elite women's top 8 of the overall rankings with Brooke Crain, Dani George, Felicia Stancil, and Elise Post.
Brooke Crain up first, putting the Volkswagen drama behind her that she just bought a new car. Concerned about her gas mileage, but she's not going to be worried about that out there today.
Yeah, she's going to put it full throttle down this first straightaway. Ride like a rock star all the way to the line, trying to beat 7 other of the world's fastest racers tonight here in Chula Vista's new location in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
NASCAR country.
It's going to happen on Sunday.
So, Pete, why is Brooke in Haro gear rather than Team USA? Any insight?
These riders for the finals, they had the choice to be funded riders or non-funded riders. Some of these riders wanted to give their sponsors, the promotion of being out here, and so the riders themselves had a choice, and it's just whoever basically the team still helps them out, but the trade sponsors are the ones that actually paid for their trip. So some of the riders you'll see honored the Team USA's commitment all year and ride their team uniforms, and then some of them will ride on their trade team. But we'll kick things off here with the time trial finals for the elite women. First up, number 32 from the United States, beautiful Brooke Crain. That's what that B stands for.
That's a new nickname.
The Bakersfield Basher hits that gate, and she said, maybe I'm going to case this jump. Little tap there.
Yeah, the girls having to take a little bit wider line going into that first turn so that they can cut back for that second straight. A little bit of a tailwind down the first straight. It was 5 minutes ago. It might have swirled. Oh, she's got the green. She's got the green helmet. She's leading. She's going to, it'll be good to see her time. I'm sure it's going to get faster towards the end of these girls.
Pretty clean looking run, but how timid was she in those turns? We will find out as the other riders go. 36 seconds for Brooke Crain. She will move into the hot
First
seat.
place. Got a hot seat rocking chair sitting down there, hanging out with Lauren. With the sun tea.
That might be Red Bull tea.
Oh.
Gives you wings.
A special blend.
So next up, another rider from the United States of America, number 33, Danielle George.
Dani George, she's been going really good the last 2 years, 18 months. She's really turned it on. One of the best gate to kinks I've seen out of the girls. There's a handful of girls, less than a handful, that can actually keep the front wheel up to that kink. This is a little shorter of a gate, so a lot of them will be doing it, but she's got it dialed.
So Dani George coming down that first straight. Perfect backside on jump number 2. See if she can get the green helmet. She doesn't. She has that red helmet. So the green helmet indicates the fastest rider at that section of the track.
Come on, Dani. If you're not first, you're last.
So there she moves into first. Intuition. Hearing Mark.
Channeling her inner Ricky Bobby. Bringing it around in Rock Hill here. Still in the green helmet. She's going to push it right to the line. She wants to knock Brooke out of that chair.
First rider in the 35-second range. Smoking fast. 35.979. See how long that time holds up as we go through this run, because next up, still have 6 of the world's fastest racers ready to get on track.
We've got 4 Americans in this top 8, 2 Australians, a Colombian, and a Venezuelan.
Next up, one of those Australians, number 21, Lauren Reynolds.
Loza, she's been around for a long time. She's got a good podiumed in Sweden and Argentina. Is she on the podium? 4th. Close.
You weren't paying attention to the live feed enough.
I was at home relaxing.
Somebody's got to
been a minute.
Somebody's got to carry the workload. So Lauren Reynolds gets down to start of her time trial. Talk about her form, Mark.
She looked really good for those first two jumps.
there.
As soon as I say that, she bashes the front wheel into that triple. Slowed her down. She got a good bit of height, but I don't know if that was working for her down the first straight. And there again. See if it... No. Still dropping. Needs to really put it together and work it down these rollers to make up the time on Danny.
Lauren has gained a new nickname. I just saw the newest
What is this?
ad from her trade company Answer. She's the Big Booty Thunder from Down Under. And there she goes across the line. Those are the words from the ad. So Lauren Reynolds will come with the third fastest time. But let's get an interview here with our leader, Dani George.
I'm here with Dani, sitting in the hot seat. I actually get a hot seat as well, and we're sitting here in the rocking chairs, which is very Southern comfort, hospitality. And I just want to know, do you want to tell your fellow competitors just how tough that track is right now?
Actually, I mean, the weather is tough to deal with. It's cold, it's rainy, and it's wet. But the track is holding up really well. It's like, if it weren't so cold and I weren't soaked, it would feel like the weather was fine. So the track's holding up really well.
I think Dani's giving you guys permission to just give it. Thanks, Dani.
Oh, I'm still in here.
You've got the permission, Mark. Go ahead and give it.
Felicia's up on the gate. Looks like she's wiped off her troubles earlier from practice. We'll see how she's riding out there, whether she's just going to cruise around. Hopefully she puts in some effort or they'll give her a DQ, but if I never got DQ'd, then surely she won't.
So a past winner of one of these time trial superfinals, Felicia looking ever so intense as she's landed in the gate.
She's playing with a top tube, doing something up there. Little pre-race. Does not look like she's too concerned. Nope.
That looks like a patented Mark Willer's time trial run.
She must have a bicycle malfunction. She needs to talk to... Where is the U.S. mechanic?
Yeah, she actually, as we said, she had a pretty bad crash earlier on in practice. So she probably knows, you know what, I have nothing to gain other than a better gate pick. But, you know, the 8th best gate pick isn't too bad for a rider as good as Felicia podiumed earlier in the year.
She's got the chance. She's got the horsepower to get out of any lane out here on this track tomorrow. So she'll just be saving it, not putting herself through any more pain today. You can still see the dirt on her shoulder, both shoulders by the looks of it. She'll go home and rest, just trying to get through, make sure everyone's happy to put her into the race tomorrow, and she'll come out and do business.
Perfectly smart move on her part, saving the bullets, saving the energy. Let's give a big round of applause. Also so good
Hurry
for
up.
that confidence to roll down the hill and get back on the bike.
I don't think she's going to get the green helmet.
No, but she still lunged. I think she saved at
Just
least
edged it out. She was on track for a 58-second lap.
I like how she put her goggles on for that.
57. You know, you got to keep.
Got to keep Oakley happy. Covered in mud.
So next up, we have 4 riders left, and one of the best in the world, past world champion in the time trial division, Caroline Buchanan, number 68, from Australia.
Cara had a good, relaxing time between Argentina and now, so she's going to be feeling fresh coming into here. It's going to be good to see how she goes. Got all the colours out there. Looking good there. A lot smoother on that landing than Lauren went down. Oh, chucked in a quick pedal into that turn. She wants it. Turns can't be that slippery if you can pedal going into them. She just landed a little bit flat. A little bit of a G out on that second double. Still in the lead though, by a good amount. And see, she's really giving it down that third straight to make as much speed as she can. Another pedal into the turn. That's a good clean lap right there.
So Caroline dips into the 34-second range. So in the overall rankings right now, Caroline is the last girl with an outside chance of making her way to be the champion this weekend. A lot of things have to happen. She has to actually win the race, and a few riders have to not to be able to make the main event. But you just saw how fast she rode around there with that.
Let's hope that Caro, Mariana, Elise, and Stephanie all end up in the same semi-final, and it will get very interesting.
So we have 3 riders left. Speaking of these 3 riders, these are the 3 riders that have a shot. Steffi Hernandez, our current world champion in the elite women's racing class, over here in the time trials. She's always a threat to take that overall title, 2nd place at our last stop in Argentina in the time trial, as well as the race. So she's looking to continue and carry that over as she's lined up in the gate for
Got
tonight's
that fresh
time
box
trial.
kit on.
Whoa.
Getting a little loose on that first one. Oh, chucked in a lot of cranks into that turn, but didn't help us so much. Mismatched rims out there. Where you at, Gamstetter? She's definitely trying. Nice solid 2nd place. Losing it.
And she's off by 4/100th of a second. She's going to come across the line. Is she able to make it up? No. 2nd place, 35.5. Almost a full second behind Caroline. So Caroline definitely had a good run. And Caroline had such a good run that the fans want to hear from her. So Caroline in our finishing zone. Let's get a word in from her.
I'm here with Caroline, and we were just discussing how she's pretty much half Alabaman, so she knows all about the southern hospitality, so we're just sharing some sweet tea. But how's the track here? We want to know. This is Rock Hill. It's a brand new facility, awesome track, wide open. Can you give us your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's going to show a great season, and we've had a multiple array of tracks, and this one is one where, it's a tight battle to crown the champ, and this is a racetrack, so, it's a great one to finish up on.
Great. Thanks, Caroline.
So Caroline Buchanan, our current leader here in tonight's Superfinal time trial. If anyone can do it, it'll be one of these 2 next riders. Starting off with Elise Post, number 11, currently ranked 2nd overall in the overall title contention scenario. It's going to be basically between Elise and Mariana. If either one of those riders win the race tomorrow, they win the title.
Yeah, they're both going to be out here tonight trying to outflex each other, show each other what they've got, and also scare off Caroline and Stephanie and try and show that it's not possible.
So Elise is definitely one of those riders to watch at any given time, but let's give her our full attention now as she goes for tonight's time trial lap. iPad coaches are in effect.
iPad coaches are watching every move. That was not a good start. Come up real short on both of those. Probably going to... definitely not going to bring back a good lap from there.
Yeah, she has the 6th fastest time going into sector number 1.
See if she can see what her splits do and see where she's actually going quick.
Crawls up a little bit. She moves up to that 5th ranking overall. We'll see as she gets in that last turn and how much move. She moves up just another spot to 4th. Can she make it into the top 3? We'll see as she comes across the line. She's going to finish 3rd.
So she's finished strong, but that first straight definitely ruined her night.
Yeah, so 35.7, so she's 1 full second off of Caroline's time, which seems like an eternity. So we just have 1 rider left. If she can unseat Caroline Buchanan, will be here, number 100, ranked number 1 overall in the series right now for elite women. It'll be Mariana Pajon from Colombia.
You know she's going to put together a good lap. It's not very often this girl makes any mistakes. Hence why she's Olympic champion and multiple world champion.
Yeah, she did say though her Achilles heel is the rain. She's been working on it. She said
her
this
Achilles
year
heel is her Achilles heel.
That one too. Every one of these stops this year had rain except for Manchester. So she's working her way through it. But
and it was probably raining outside there too.
It actually was nice there in Manchester outside. So let's see Mariana Pajon. If she can outdo Caroline Buchanan the way she's riding right now, it looks like she's going to come out of that turn with the red helmet, but she's in 2nd place. So we'll see if she's able to make it up. She's definitely a strong finisher in these time trials. You see that flowing
Good
style
straight.
puts her into the 1st place spot.
Yeah, she didn't land flat on anything like Caro did. I think she's going to probably hold her off from here without a serious mistake down this last straight.
Yeah, she's 2/100ths of a second faster coming in that last turn. She's going to crank it all the way to the line, and that's the way you want to start things off.
300s quicker.
The fastest time in tonight's time trial, it will be our current time trial world champion, Mariana Pajon from Colombia, number 100, but number 1 tonight. And that'll probably be the last time those girls hug it out, because tomorrow it's head-to-head competition. But Mariana Pajon wins the time trial here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, for the final stop of the 2015 UCI BMX World Cup Tour.
Pretty nice little custom paint job she's got there. I mean, all Red Bull helmets are custom painted, but hers is looking pretty nice, if I have to say so.
So let's get a word here from tonight's winner of the time trial Superfinal, Mariana Pajon.
I'm here with Mariana. Mariana, you are the time trial queen. We all know that. You just hit every point spot on and you're super smooth. What do you think about the track here at Rock Hill?
Well, this track is good. It's rideable. Now it's less technique than the others, but it's fast. I love it, and I'm enjoying it.
How are you feeling going into tomorrow?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. Hopefully the weather stays like this, and I'm just going to do my best tomorrow.
Do you want to say anything to your fans?
A los colombianos que están aquí, muchas gracias. Sentirlos acá cerca es increíble. Thanks everyone, and super happy to be here.
Thanks, Mariana.
So there's tonight's winner of the time trial finale of 2015, right where she left off in Argentina. Mariana Pajon takes the victory tonight, and that puts her in great positions for tomorrow's for those seeding rounds and her gate pick going into the first round of motos. So now we shift gears and go over to the elite men. We start with number 16 ranked overall, number 211 from Great Britain, Kyle Evans.
Yep, trying to match his countryman Liam Phillips. He wants to not only follow in his shoes, but outgrow Liam's shoes. Liam's laid a good path, and Kyle's got more than enough potential to back it up and carry on the British flag when Liam's ready to hand it down to him.
Well, I don't think Liam's ready
he's
anytime soon.
Don't take that wrong.
Kyle's going to be waiting quite
a
some time.
while.
But we'll get ready for tonight's Elite Men's Superfinal Time Trial with Kyle Evans, the first one off to set the time, the benchmark for these other riders to beat, and what a list of riders to come after him. But first, let's get Kyle down the track. Mark, talk us through his lap.
That was a good-looking gate there, and ruined it on the first jump, coming up short again. I'm sure he's going to keep putting it in. Got the green helmet. Let's watch the second straight. Nice on that first one. Oh, a little over jump on that one. Looks like he might be starting to wind it down. Just get through the rest of the lap. There's that double pump I was talking about earlier. That's where the taller guys get that advantage to get through and really make some speed out of it. He's still giving it to it. And they come through. First place.
Yeah, you can see the shine on his tires. He hit that puddle going right before the last turn. That definitely would throw anyone off, not knowing what to expect when you hit that last turn just after going through a puddle at those speeds. But you see these riders, obviously these jumps, these are the world's best riders. They can get around this track. When they come up short, they're just, tell us the reason why you want to stay so low going down that first straightaway.
Yeah, it's just, you come up short on one jump and it completely throws off your muscle memory for what you've been doing all day, so you don't really know how to judge the next jump, and it completely ruins it.
All right, next up, looking to ruin the time of Kyle Evans and best it, will be Nick Long, number 64, right out of the Barbershop Quartet, getting ready.
A little bit of a belly on you in that photo, Nick. Have to clean that up, buddy.
That was Mark, by the way. So the left arm with the country flag signifies the national champion of that country, which Nicholas Long won right here on this track earlier in the year. So he knows how to win out here. Can he do that tonight in the time trial? We'll see. Looks like to be going well so far.
Yep, got on the gas really early off that first one and hasn't pedaled yet until right now. You know, Nick loves his pro section, so as soon as he gets through here, he's going to be happy, and now he can get back to going fast again.
Yeah,
Pete just blew out his teeth on the microphone. Pretty funny to watch, but Nick's going to keep it going.
Yeah, one of the things Nick usually doesn't like is to go all out in the time trial, but it looks like he's turned a new leaf, because right here he's got a blazing fast run going, 35.1 seconds, the new fastest time for number 64, the champion of the United States, national champion, Nicholas Long.
The number 64, the national flag on his left arm. And Nicholas Long, not sure whether he's happy
A little bit slower than some of the quicker laps we saw in racing earlier, but conditions are different, so it's hard to judge, really.
So next up, our current world champion in the elite men's time trial division, coming out of France, living in Southern California, currently ranked 15th overall in the Supercross elite men's class, Joris Daudet.
We're missing Jelle van Gorkum, who had a massive off here this past couple of weeks. Had popped a chain right before the kink, so that's moved Kyle Evans up, and everyone's kind of slotted down a spot. Joris will be weighing in a full 110 pounds, seeing as it's raining out there today.
No, he might weigh in at 111. So Joris is definitely one of those ultra smooth riders, always looking good, stylish, shiny chrome forks out there. Can he get the shiny green helmet? Yes, he does, coming out of sector number 1. A little bit of a freeze air there.
Yeah, it never looks like he's really trying. It's like watching the old Mike Day. They always manage to just kill everybody in a time trial, and it looks like they're cruising the whole way around. As right there again, just cruising, no pedals, still got the green helmet. That's what being smooth does for you, folks. Oh, so lunging.
Cruises across the line,
it.
still goes into that 34-second range. Joris definitely taking that lap a little bit cautious, but that style and smoothness will take him to the hot seat. And as you can see by the World Championship jersey, he's used to being one of the fastest riders come towards the end of the time trials.
I experienced that hot seat once, Pete.
Were you the 16th rider?
I was.
The first guy to go?
Because Maris didn't race, I got grandfathered into the top 16. Loved it.
Hey, any way you can take it. And Damien Gaudet is one of those riders that will take it any way he can get. Number 69 from France, Damien Gaudet, 28 years old. He's on the edge of being one of the oldest riders out there.
Not even close.
One of the youngest riders?
No.
Middle-aged?
Middle-aged.
How old are you?
I'm 30. Matt Cameron's 30 and a half.
30 and a half? Is that like...
In Sweden, there was someone about 2 years older.
Than you?
Yep.
Was it like...
He qualified too, I think.
Out of the old age home?
I think I probably shouldn't say that. Never mind.
All right, Damien Gaudet goes down the track. Another one of those riders known for his smooth style. Let's see how he can get around the track here. That didn't look too smooth to me.
No, just burnt you. Must have been listening in. Double manual to gap. Still looking pretty good down here. Probably just looking for the inside of the turns, finding where the apexes are once it comes single elimination rounds. You never want to be on the bubble in a qualifying position with these French guys behind you. All the South Americans.
You mean the French guys like to dive in the turns?
I didn't say that, but it's pretty common knowledge that Damien is a fan.
Damien's been one known to have some issues in some turns
I don't
before.
think he has issues. It's the people he go under he causes some issues.
If he crashes as well. But as we get ready, let's talk to our current world champion and the guy in the hot seat getting a fresh glass of tea, Joris Daudet.
I'm here with Joris. Joris, tell us what happened in your lap. Did you do good? You happy with it? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good lap. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I think I could do better, but it was just time trial, you know. Nothing happened tonight, so the race is tomorrow, so I just keep some energy for tomorrow.
You taking notes on how you can improve for tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a good lap, like I said, but I still can improve.
Well, you're in the hot seat right now, and you're number 1, so I think you're doing pretty good.
So our current world champion, Joris Daudet, has the fastest time, but a guy who surprised a lot of us, Alfredo Campo, had a great time, was in the hot seat for quite a while in Argentina. Can he do it again tonight? Currently ranked 13th overall. He's been on a really good run of races this year. Alfredo's turned a lot of heads. He was a past junior world champion as well. He's trying to make his mark in the elite class, and let's see how he can do it tonight here in Rock Hill for stop number 5. On the 2015 U.S.A. BMX Supercross World Cup Tour, coming out of Ecuador, living in the United States of America, Alfredo Campo.
Another Murrieta local from around our area. really been putting on his first straight this year. I'm not sure if he's still working with the infamous Villapoto trainer. What was his name? I know they were tied at some point. So obviously started to turn around and start working for Alfredo. And he's not quite enough to get Joris, but he did the pump as well. Also cruising in.
So right now he's in that second place spot, just behind ever so slightly. Can he make it up? Joris didn't pedal down that last straightaway, but he didn't look like he needed to beat Alfredo this time. Joris edges him out, but Alfredo definitely a solid run for him, but he didn't have the answer tonight for the fastest run around the track when he's chasing Joris Daudet's time.
It's an awesome feeling when you try your hardest around the lap and don't beat the guy in front of you who just coasted everything.
A guy who always loves to go around the lap and video it for your pleasures. Resende 500 with a high top fade in his photo. Ranked 12th overall. One of those guys you will look to see in those Olympic Games. Right now he's in tonight's Superfinal time trial. Time trial thingamajig? It's not Superfinal.
No, it's not. Yeah.
It's super to watch these guys in the final, so I'm going to say it's Superfinal.
But this isn't the final. This is the time trials.
Time trial Superfinal.
No doubt he's going to give it his everything and try and knock Joris out of that hot seat. Nice little crank into that turn, but it wasn't enough.
6th ranking at Sector 1. I don't see him making it up, but anything and everything can happen, but that style floating over the turn jump looks so fancy.
Picked up one spot. Another double pump.
Go.
Still no split on that one.
Arriba,
senor, amigo. What they say? Andale.
You live down there.
North
Mexico.
North Mexico.
So, we've had 6 riders going. Joris Daudet has had the fastest time. He likes to spend a lot of time in that hot seat. We'll see how things turn up. As next up, out of Australia, a guy shocked a lot of people with a 2nd place finish in Sweden, number 747, Bodi Turner.
Earned it. Earned his result in Sweden, beating countryman Sam Willoughby. You know, he wants that. He wants his Olympic spot, and they've got a big team trying to get there.
And then he went out and DJ'd the after party.
DJ'd at the after party, and then apparently had a great time in Vegas last week too for Interbike.
Everyone loves Vegas, but let's see how 747, can he take off like a jetliner? We will see as he's going around the track. Let's see where he sits.
Whoa!
Out of turn number 1. He's 2nd overall.
Looked like he nearly rode himself off the top of the first turn there.
Might need to choose a wet weather tire next time. I have a spare one.
Looks like he was struggling through those turns for sure. Just giving it too much horse coming into it.
So comes in that last turn. Now he's in that 3rd ranking overall. Did Joris have a great lap, or are these guys just off ever so slightly? Bodi Turner will wind up 5th overall in tonight's Superfinal and does not get the chance to sit down and get some
What do you
sweet
think's going
tea.
through Joris's head right now?
You know, at the World Championships, he was one of the riders to go a little bit earlier in the program, and he got to sit in that hot seat and watch those riders come through.
Yeah, but I bet he wasn't cruising the whole lap then.
You know, sometimes, as you said, the look faster.
Yep.
You got to go slower, but he definitely.
Let's hope Treimanis has his transponder on this year, so he's allowed into the race tomorrow. But I'm sure he's triple checked that this time around. He's not going to make that same mistake twice.
So Edzus Treimanis will be our 8th rider to go. We're halfway through the Superfinal time trials here in Rock Hill. Joris Daudet is our current leader. Can any of these riders knock him out of the hot seat? Let's see as we get ready to drop the gate for the young Latvian here in South Carolina.
He's got a great first straight, Treimanis.
And a great time trial song.
He's on that Team Stromberg's. Where are the splits at, Pete? How are we looking? 4th place. Oh, did I cut you off there? Sorry, mate.
No.
Now he's coming in.
You haven't cut anyone off in a long time, Mark.
Well played, well played.
Edzus Treimanis definitely looking good through these turns. The times are very tight. He has the 5th fastest time right now. It's just off by 6/100th of a second. Doesn't sound like a lot. Coming across that line, he's going to wind up 6th overall, almost 9/10 of a second off. But definitely a good run from him there. So Joris Daudet, as you said, he's in there for quite some time. What's he thinking? Well, let's get Lauren to pick his brain and see what Joris is feeling.
I'm just sitting here with Joris, and we're enjoying the rocking chair, enjoying the view, like as if we're sitting on our house with the deck and the porch. But we really want to know is, where were you in Argentina this year?
I decided to just stay home and do a race in Louisville for the ABA title, so it was a pretty good weekend for me, so I'm pretty happy I did this choice.
How did you do?
I got first, second, and first, so pretty good.
I would say that's pretty good. Thanks so much.
Yeah, Joris stayed home to race Louisville. Got some good points. Going to be a good battle coming into Grands if the points stay where they are. Pete, for you?
Well, what we'll see now is a good battle of a rider who knows how to carve turns.
Very well.
It's going to be David Graf from Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Not the first aid stand.
What?
The first aid stand.
Oh, gotcha.
The medical crew.
Yeah, because they have stands.
International sign of
Did you just go up for a plaster?
Sometimes you gotta get a smoothie. So
We'll see if
3D graph.
We'll see if his Instagram blows up again after this weekend. He's been really putting in the work this last year and a half.
Dropped the mountain bike and set on the BMX bike full time. Let's see how things work out for him. At a turn number 1, 6th fastest time.
Yeah, everyone's looking pretty smooth, but Joris is looking effortless. He's moved up into 4th place now into that second split. A little over manual, 2 over manual, 3 over manuals. Maybe he's trying to beat that Facebook video going around this week.
So coming around the last turn, he did move up to 3rd overall, so definitely a good run. Didn't look like he was giving it his 100%, but again, we can never tell with some of these
Looks like he's
riders.
searching for a 3rd lung as he comes past the cameraman there.
So Joris still excited. Thumbs up to the fans. Next up, Joris's teammate, ranked 8th overall in the Supercross to date, 2-time world champion in the time trial division of elite men from the United States of America, Connor Fields.
The man himself who will be going up against Joris come ABA Grands ABA Grands time this year, and if anybody can knock Joris out of that hot seat, it's going to be this lap right here.
Yeah, Connor was the winner of the time trial event in Argentina. Definitely looking to do that, repeat that again. He would love to win on home soil. Right now he looks pretty fast, pretty smooth, and he's just off in 2nd place coming out of turn number 1.
Yeah, he chose a nice wide line coming off that triple to set him up well for that second straight. 1st place into the second split.
Yeah, just by 2 1,000ths of a second.
Oof.
We'll see a little bit of a tap right there. Is going to hold him
lost it
back into
again.
that 2nd place. But Joris did not pedal down that line. Will Connor lunge and pedal to the line? Green helmet.
There it is.
34.549.
Boom.
Connor Fields takes his teammate and chucks him out of the hot seat. And he says,
just keeps going. I'll worry about it later.
they're going to go talk team tactics back in the pits.
Maybe he just didn't want to talk to Lauren.
So we have 6 riders left. Carlos Aquindo, no stranger to being on a podium after an event. We'll see how he can do. Ranked 7th overall right now on the 2015 tour.
The Olympic bronze medalist from London 2012. Sent me packing in one of the semi-finals. I blame him anyway, not me. It wasn't my fault. It's never my fault. Just wait till he gets to that first turn and see the split. Oh, center that triple. He's either
9th fastest.
No, he's not that smart. Not that smart.
Hey, you got to get air for the fans. If you're not going to win.
But it's Friday. It's not Wednesday. or Tuesday.
But he didn't. I mean, if that's that was nice. 1-1-1-1-1.
Just stem root.
I have a patented way to ride track like that. 1-1-1-1-1. Carlos is biting my style all the way to the line for 6th place.
That was a lot of effort to pump 7 rollers.
So Connor Fields, let's get a word from him. He's our current leader of the time trial event here in Rock Hill.
Connor, there's no surprise that you're here. You're always in the hot seat. You're the time trials champion. But what do you think about your lap? Do you think you did a good job?
I had some good stuff, and I also made quite a few mistakes, so I'd actually be surprised if that one holds.
Do you think it's the weather, or is it you?
I just think that, with the rain and the conditions, I was just being safe out there and wasn't, trying anything too crazy.
I think you're being a little hard on yourself, but thanks, Connor.
So Connor Fields sits in that hot seat. Can any of the next 5 riders take him out? We will see who's up next. Number 144, Anthony Dean from Australia, currently ranked 6th, just came off the podium in Argentina with that 2nd place finish behind Liam Phillips. Anthony, definitely one of those fast riders when we get to head-to-head racing, not known for great results in these time trials, and by great results I mean wins, but he's definitely one of the fastest riders out there.
Yeah, Dino's been out here in the States a couple of years now and just cannot get onto that top step. He's runner-up. He's the bridesmaid every weekend, and he's going to want to put it together this weekend, and starting tonight, he wants that win. If there's ever a track for him to do it, it's this one. Just big outright straights where he can lay it down, keep it stock over the jumps, and just do work.
Let's see if that new bike psych helps him just build himself a fresh new race machine before this race. But 9th fastest, they might have to take that bike back if he doesn't step things up.
I think Dino's rather relaxed about the time trial qualifying system like myself, but clearly he tries a little bit harder and just looks like he's cruising through. Took a little half pedal there. Just loosen up for tomorrow.
Coming across the line, 10th fastest time, Anthony Dean does not push Connor Fields off of that hot seat, and Connor will still be there for a few more runs. So we have 4 riders left. Amidou Mir
was on fire in practice. Nobody could touch him. Saw him leave Stromy for dead.
And in the handstand championships in the hallway at his hotel.
I didn't see him. I saw his challenge against Sylvain. This guy trains hard out. He does maximum 6 efforts on anything. Comes to the track, 6 gates, home time. Goes to the gym, 6 squats, home time. And just destroys everybody.
Well, let's see if he can destroy the time of Connor Fields. Currently our fastest rider in tonight's time trial, Amidou Mir from France, getting ready. Number 436. Looking to get into number 1.
Was that a question?
Who?
I thought you had a question at the end of that one.
No.
See how it's split, and it's looking good so far. 3rd place. He's in challenging position, so we'll see how he finishes off the lap.
Sliding back ever so slightly into that 4th, but this is one of those lines where you can make or break it. Looks like he's probably not going to gain too much time. Let's see, coming through this turn.
Holding 4th place, he was really stretching to get to the bottom of those rollers.
So 4th place overall for Amidou, his spot where he went. So 3 riders left, but these 3 riders are incredible. Each one of them a world champion. Each one of them at one time or another have won a Supercross. Each one of them is up for the title. So each one of them would love to be the victor tonight. But we will start with number 7, Sam Willoughby from Australia. Last year, he won the finals of the Supercross Tour. We'll see how things can go for him tonight.
Every time this guy steps on the track, he wants to win. Whether it's practice, time trials, or racing. So, he'll give it his everything. Ooh, we're in the black. Must be repping Team New Zealand tonight. Close to our flag.
Good guys wear white.
Not after Labor Day.
What? Fashion tips from Willers. Could be a new series for next year. So right now, Sam Willoughby is a guy you definitely want to study his lines anytime, any track, anywhere around the world. Right there, though, the 5th fastest time. But Sam is definitely a strong finisher. We'll see how things go for him.
Whoa! Just third that.
Almost cased it and puts him down to the lead.
Yeah, I don't know how he pulled that off, that jump off the step up there. We'll see if it's still holding.
So 26.76. He's definitely going to come across the line with the fastest time. He does.
34.1.
34.1, the fastest time now.
Get as close to casing as possible, and don't case, you'll win. In these conditions, we're definitely dipping deep into the threes tomorrow. 33-second laps tomorrow.
So Sam Willoughby makes his way into that hot seat with just 2 riders left. It's all about the first place here. There's no podium for the top 3 riders. It's just about the win in tonight's time trial. Can Sam Willoughby do that with his faux hawk? We will see. He's going to get charged for that. So next up, number 1, our current world champion, a youngster at 19 years of age, Nick Kimmen from the Netherlands.
Yeah, I talked to Bas de Bever about this guy, the national Dutch coach. He says he doesn't care, Nick doesn't care who he's against, next to up on the gate, has complete respect for everybody, but nothing gives him any jitters or anything. He gets up there, he knows what he has to do. He basically rides a time trial lap every race that he does, despite everybody else being around him.
So here we go with the last 2 riders to go in tonight's Elite Men's time trial. Nick Kimmen, number 1 from the Netherlands. Let's see what his time looks like riding fast down into turn number 1, Mark.
Yep, comes down first place with ooh, that was very 1/10.
Yeah, good gap here that he has. We'll see how he's able to hold that up. Slides back just a little bit in the second, just off by 6/1000ths of a second. So we'll see if he's able to make that up. Definitely looked like he rode that 3rd straightaway well, and he did. Back into that top spot, teetering back and forth, but it looks like he gained a lot of speed in that 3rd straightaway. Comes across the line with the fastest time, 34.1 even.
This kid has come out of, I mean, I'm sure he's been working at it the whole time, but he's come onto the scene, into the limelight, hot this year.
So Nick Kimmen moves into the hot seat with just 1 rider to go. But what a rider this is. Number 65, Liam Phillips. We've had 5 stops of the series so far this year with 4 main events run. 3 of them have been won by Liam.
Confusing.
So Liam's having an incredible season going. Currently ranked 1st overall. It's going to be a good run, and it's going to be between Liam and Nick going for that overall title. So this could be right here a mental block or a mental gain for one of the other riders, seeing how things go out there individually by themselves. So let's get ready for the last rider out on the track, Liam Phillips. Can he beat the youngster? We will see. Number 65 from Great Britain, loaded in the gate, ready for his shot here in the time trial.
Oh, that was not a good first jump. Looks, they had to float that second one a bit. 7th place into the first turn.
If anyone can make it up, it's Liam, but we'll see. A lot of time to make up, and that looked just like Sam's line. He only made up 2 spots into the 5th place overall. I don't know if he can do it, Mark, but let's see as he gets ready to get into that last turn and the last time sector.
Yeah, I think those shorts have worked for him up until this point. That's
Second
certainly
place,
not working
he's
tonight.
just off of it. I don't know if he can make it up all the way to the line. 3rd place overall. So Nick Kimmen puts the first pawn move of the chess game out there tonight, taking that win here in Rock Hill for his first time trial win in the Elite Men's Division. So let's get a word here with tonight's winner, Nick Kimmen of the time trial for the Elite Men.
Nick, it seems you drew the first bit of blood between you and Liam. There's a chance that you're going to take this whole thing this weekend. How do you feel going into it?
I'm feeling good, but there are no points for ranking in a time trial, so it still has to happen tomorrow, and Liam has quite a gap in front of me, so I need a bit of luck here and there if I want to get a title, but I'll do my best.
Well, I think you have more than luck on your side at the moment right now, and it's a good way to start. Are you happy that you won the time trials? Is this a good thing for your confidence going in?
Yeah, sure. I did 2 time trials this year and got 2 second places. So I really wanted to get the first place in the time trial, and I'm happy I got it.
Well, I think this is your year. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
So there is tonight's winner of the elite men's time trials, Nick Kimmin from the Netherlands. This young phenom coming on strong to the season so far, winning 1 main event in Papendal. Now he wins a time trial here. Can he do that tomorrow night when it all comes down to the title? We want to crown a champion, and as we said, Nick Kimmin set the first pawn move in the chess game towards that title. Mark, how do you think that it will anyway affect Liam Phillips?
You know, Liam's got to be thinking he knew he made a mistake from that first jump, but he came back strong and finished the lap off good. Liam knows they're both pound for pound. They can beat each other any other day. It's going to be a matter of who can have the head on their shoulders the best come main time tomorrow.
So the time trials seat you in the motos throughout. So how important do you think it is for some of these riders where they wound up as well as with their rankings?
You know, this top 16 are guaranteed a first or second lane choice depending on what time, even if they're slower than the guys that were racing earlier. That's just one of the benefits of being in the top 16. They're going to be, we've got the girls up here now, 4 US riders in there. It's going to be, they'll slot into the thing. I think there'll be more mix-ups coming from the results of the motos today with the likes of Strombergs and who's talking so loud?
So there you see the winners of tonight. Mariana Pajon for the elite women, Nick Kimmin for the elite men in these time trials. So we will get things going with our podium presentation for tonight. But tomorrow, Mark, it's when it all goes down with the racing. We start things off with the 8th finals, the motos for the elite men. They get those 3 chances, non-scrambled motos. You see that at 6 p.m. local, 1800. The women, their 3 motos are quarterfinals. And then after that, it's into single elimination racing, do or die.
Yep, that's when it starts counting for the likes of Liam Phillips and the title chase. The points are close between him and Nick. Well, not so close. It'll be interesting to watch Liam and watch Nick come quarterfinals and see what happens.
One small case down that first straightaway in a quarterfinal could be the difference of winning a title, making your way through. We will find out as when we move on to those quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then at 9 o'clock, 9:30,
9:40,
9:30 for the women.
Oh, the women, gotcha.
Yeah. Women are first, ladies first.
Yes,
it's ladies' night.
Correct.
Saturday night is ladies' night in Rock Hill at 9:30.
Why are we racing on a Saturday night for the first time this year?
Because we're going to crown the champ under the lights. Saturday night, under the lights for the fans. And then we can all watch.
Let's hope the weather stays as it is. I think it's not raining.
Then we can all watch NASCAR on Sunday.
NASCAR.
And football.
Turn left.
JJ48. He's your guy, right?
Who?
Jimmy Johnson.
Sure.
Colin McRae.
Colin McRae. That's you, Pete. No, I mean Ken Block. If you're
Buddy
wondering, Ken Block sitting next to me right here. Drove me to the track. I'm talking about
fastest.
Pete.
I wanted to make sure
yesterday.
you got the fastest way to the track.
Yeah, but we had to stop on the freeway and change a tire. Thrifty won't be happy, or Enterprise, whoever it was, but the best race cars are rental cars.
They would be excited. There's a brand new tire on that car.
Brand spanking. Don't worry about the camber issues on the front or that little knock that you picked up.
So that's easily fixed with a zip tie. So tonight's champions, Nick Kimmin, Mariana Pajon. How are they going to be able to carry that on and use that consistency for tomorrow night, Mark?
Both of them have the head on their shoulders. They won't be going home celebrating tonight. They'd know they've done what they needed to do, and they'll go home, get a good night's rest. We've got a long day tomorrow, so they'll be able to sleep in, get into their right space, headspace, and they'll come out here and be ready to go.
So you can see the stands are empty because the fans are rushing the podium area to see Nick Kimmin and Mariana Pajon pick up the accolades of winning tonight's time trial final here in Rock Hill. That was the last time trial of the season, Mark. Are you sad?
I'm gutted.
Devastated.
I'm going to miss it. It's going to have to wait all year, till April next year to see another one. March.
Get your schedules down. Get ready, because mid-March next year, back to Argentina for the opening round. You didn't get to go this year. next year I hope to see you right
I hope
by
to be
my
there with you,
side.
Pete.
We'll see how things go. We got one more night of your trial runs here.
Trial run. Hopefully we don't, yeah.
Yeah. So, there it is, the podium. We're only going to use that middle block tonight for the riders as they get ready to get their way to be crowning a champion. Tonight, it's the time trial championships of the single night, which was Mariana Pajon. And
not much of an American showing tonight, Pete. Home soil? Do you feel that has any effect on tomorrow? Olympic selection?
I think the Americans came out here knowing that it's all about racing tomorrow. The weather's supposed to be much better. No rain out there. They want to be 100% healthy. They saw one of their country women go down and practice, and it might have shook things up a little bit. You saw Connor had one small bobble, but when it's that close in these elite women's and men's classes, as you know, Mark, one small mistake keep you off that top spot. And tonight it's all about just winning. So those riders say, you know what, I want to save it all for tomorrow. Could be their mindset, or they could just been off their game tonight. But we're going to get some of Rock Hill's finest dignitaries out here to help hand out awards for the elite men. You can see they are credentialed people, so they deserve to be out there. These are the fine people that run this incredible facility here in Rock Hill. Just a great area. Velodrome right down the street, mountain bike trails, and this incredible BMX racing facility. Home of the 2017 U.S.A. BMX World Championships.
From Colombia,
right now it's all about the championship of tonight's time trial. The winner of the elite women's class, Mariana Pajon, number 100, and our current world champion of the time trial.
She earned it. She rode a real clean lap. Didn't make any mistakes like the other girls. She knows she deserved to be up there. That's why that jersey's on her already. Just adding another trophy to the case, and she knows what she's got to do to keep the title tomorrow.
So yeah, starting things off with a win, definitely good for some. As others could add fuel to the fire, we will have to see tomorrow night as we get ready to see those 8 riders on the track at a time, head to head, battling their way through, trying to whittle it down to the final 8, go for those overall wins. And also we have the double dice extra bonus when we get to those main events. You pick or receive lane 8 in that main event. If you're able to win, as Nick Kidman did at round number 2 this year, double the prize money. And here in Rock Hill, speaking of prize money, the elite women and the elite men equal prize money.
Really?
Interesting to see. Rock
Really?
Hill stepped it up.
Huh.
Now we'll move over to the elite men's champion of the night, number 1. Is there for a good reason. Right now he's going to get up there on that top spot in the podium. Tonight's winner of the elite men's time trial for the first time in the senior elite men's category.
That's my class, senior. Nick is far from senior, fresh 19 years old, world champion, junior and elite. 2 one-time World Cup champion so far.
We'll see how things turn out for him tomorrow night as he's going for the title. Overall title here, he's going to be, as we said, the title is going to come down to Nick and Liam in the elite men's class. In the elite women's class, it's a little bit more complex. Mariana, Elise, Stephanie Hernandez, and there's a very outside chance Caroline Buchanan. But right now, everyone's qualified into those finals. Into tomorrow's racing, we'll have to see if anyone's whittled away. But tonight, it's all about the 2 champions on the top spot of the podium for elite women. Mariana Pajon, Nick Kimmen from the Netherlands, both taking the wins here in the time trial in Rock Hill, South Carolina, USA. They're your champions for the night, Mark.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
So yeah, tomorrow, you saw the schedule. We have a lot of racing action tomorrow that we're all going to be excited to watch. These 2 are going to be standouts to pay attention to, so we will see how things work out. So that is the time trial program for this evening. Things are done. Wrapped up here in South Carolina in the Rock Hill area. Track's looking good. They definitely have that thing prepped and ready for racing tomorrow. So, Mark, good day of racing. thanks for adding in your expertise. But tomorrow, we'll be going head-to-head with these riders as they 8 on the track at a time. From Mark Willers.
Thank you for having me, Peter.
And I am Peter Dylewski.
Ken Block.
Thank you for tuning in tonight for the last stop of the time trials. Tomorrow, the finals of the 2015 U.S.A. BMX Supercross season. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, be ready for the race action for the finals. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Such a mental game.
Obsessing over the little things, that's what's going to make a difference.
If I'm training stronger, good things will happen.
When you battle something, that's the thing you get addicted to.